JJ, I didn't forget about you. They have no, the refrigerator's not working. They have nothing cold.
Billy, you tell us started at 6 or what?
I got one. I brought mine. Oh, whatever you can carry. Okay. This is the Orioles. Yes. Fighting.
Again, if we can have all the parents and athletes tonight on the field, if you would please start heading to the south end zone, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, so Krause is coming up.
And good evening, and welcome to Ingalls Field in Ripon, Wisconsin for high school football, a Thursday night edition. And we are glad to have you listening on AM 1600 and 93.1 FM, WRPN, and also live on the World Wide Web at youtube.com/Ripon Channel. Tonight, our pregame is brought to you by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs. And certainly this week, the emphasis was on cooling, no doubt about it. Anyway, we are at Ingalls Field, where it is Parents' Night, first home game of the 2023 season for the Ripon Tigers. And tonight, they host the North Fond du Lac Fighting Orioles here at Ingalls Field, and we're glad to have you along. I'm Lynn Krause, along with my longtime friend, Marty Ernser, and as well as the Wisconsin and Southern train in the background, making all sorts of noise and blocking traffic there on East Fond du Lac Street.
Hey, that Southern train's headed north, Lynn.
The Wisconsin and Southern train, that is for sure. But anyway, we are here, and it's the Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show. Marty, last week we were up in Nakusa, and we still can't stop talking about the great meal we had up there. Tonight, we didn't go out to dinner. We just ended up eating at home, probably some sort of leftover toast and what have you. But anyway,
speak for yourself.
But anyway, the Tigers did take one on the chin last week by a score of 40-18. We've reviewed, some of the video, and Ripon, they didn't play awful. They had some tough breaks. They also had some injuries, especially in that second half, where some of the regulars just weren't playing either. But all in all, it was a loss to Nakusa. But a brand new week. We're at home, beautiful weather, and let's hope that we can get a different result.
Yeah. I did speak with Coach Bradley a little bit ago. We'll get into that later. And he's very optimistic. You got to fix some things. You can't be serving up dinner to these guys jumping off sides on a third down and short and things like that. And it's first game of the year, and it was for the officials too. And I think you got to feel good about it. When you suit up a team with 9 seniors and 5 juniors, and they were down 28-18 for quite a while, where they had a chance to really compete, and it just didn't go their way.
All right, well, Marty, as mentioned, did talk to head coach Mark Bradley, and our Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show continues as we listen and watch that interview.
Joining me right now is head coach Mark Bradley of the Ripon Tiger football team. Thanks for taking the time, Coach.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hey, first home game of the year.
Sorry.
Talk to me about your coaches.
How many minutes
first,
is it?
Before we get to the last week's contest, you got Coach Meeker, and you got Coach Goldgenboom, and you got Coach Downs.
It was 5 minutes?
How are they?
but I'm
What
guessing it had to be around
responsibilities are they?
He's saying about
take,
5 minutes.
with you.
Coach Downs is helping a lot with offense with me. Coach Goldgenboom's working the defense. And Coach Meeker is helping with defense and special teams. And so we're all just working kind of together to help each other, and just being there for each other all the way through. So.
And walking over here, Coach, I happened to see the old E-Train. I
Yeah,
saw Ellis Minor back in town from Kansas City helping out as well.
Yep, we have 3 guys that came back that played. Ellis graduated in early 2000, and then Gannon Stelmacher and Brett Bach, who graduated a couple years ago, they came back to help as well. And so it's a great tradition and a great thing for those guys to come back and give back and things like that.
Apologize to those last 2 for me. I looked at them and said, "Oh, you're on the IR." They looked at
they
me.
Would love,
they
they
looked
would
at
love
me.
to be playing yet.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk Nakusa. First of all, I was just really taken with the complex, the facility for a little town in the paper mill town.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's got a nice facility over there, and it was nice to play on that.
Talk to me about the game, Coach.
Well, we did a lot of good things. We're still just a little bit short on things, and we made a couple mistakes that cost us on offense and defense, and the kids just kept battling hard all game. Even at the end, we were flying around, and we're learning. They're learning the offense, the defense, and everything, and so we're just another week. We're getting better, hopefully, and. Learn from those mistakes.
It was 28-18 for the longest time, and plenty of time left on the scoreboard to say, you know what? I've seen stranger things happen. So it didn't, like you said, it didn't end that way, but it's got to give them some confidence that, you know what? This is a pretty physical team. We're on the road, 90-minute drive, and, hey, we're with these guys, towards the end of the third quarter. So now you take it into this week. There's a team that's been looking for a win for 5-6 years. Does that make you a little nervous?
Yeah, you never want to be the one that lets them win, but we're not worried about that. We're just coming in and playing our game, and whatever happens, and we're going to play hard. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be physical, and hopefully that's what it takes.
One other question. Based on what you've seen from last week's game going into this week, do you see any changes in personnel assignments? In other words, did you see some players go, oh, wow, maybe I could pay him more at nose guard or something off the edge or anything come to mind?
Yeah, a lot of the positions are kind of interchangeable. Defensive tackle, can work out at the end and things like that.
I saw Perkins, a defensive end, pancaked a guy into the running back. Next thing I know, he was playing my fun position, the old gap, gap.
So, especially with injuries, we got to move guys around. The best help us, and and that kind of hurt last week too when we had a couple key injuries in that first half, and and so but that's football.
9 seniors, 5 juniors. You do what you do. I want to thank you for your time, and best of luck to you tonight getting your first W.
Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you. And we'll be right back for football action.
And welcome back to Ingalls Field. The national anthem has been played, and all of the parents and the student athletes, including the cheer squad, have been introduced on our Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show. Also of note, in the south end zone, the Ripon College football team is here tonight, providing some support for the Ripon Tigers. Marty, the opponent, North Fond du Lac. I guess one of the things you really only need to know, they've lost 52 games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to 2016 minus the COVID season. Ripon, we talk about our program, where Ripon's football program is right now, hurting for numbers overall. Coaches don't have, when you got 9 seniors and 5 juniors, that tells you what you need to know. And maybe the Orioles of North Fond du Lac, in terms of numbers, are fewer than Ripon Tigers are. So, it's a struggling program to say the least. And you do not want to be the Ripon Tigers. You do not want to be the team that all of a sudden gets the visiting Orioles off the schneid.
Yeah, even though it is a non-conference game, but Marty, both schools, Division IV, their enrollments are just about identical.
Yeah.
North Fond du Lac plays in the Flyway, of course, so just a different conference. But regardless, as far as the numbers go, they should be about equal.
Yeah. Speaking of numbers, with the black uniforms and the orange numerals on the Ripon uniforms, it should be easy to see them.
Yes.
As opposed to their white traveling jerseys. Very difficult at times.
Earlier, before the introductions, they had the coin toss with the officials and the game instructions. North Fond du Lac won the toss. They elected to receive. Ripon will defend the north goal and kick off to the Orioles. So anyway, we are excited to bring you some football here on our Brewer Heating and Cooling pregame show. We had mentioned last week one of the reasons that Ripon is playing 2 Thursday night games this fall is due to shortage of game officials. Tonight is one of the Thursday night games, and then next month will be the second when we go to Jackson to play Kettle Moraine Lutheran.
Yeah, it's touched on that briefly last Friday night. 6 nights ago, we talked about the fact that this is new for Wisconsin, certainly our area, our conference, with a shortage of officials. So it's nothing new to the state of Illinois. They're in about at least their 3rd year of doing that, Lynn. So, yeah.
Well, Ripon's ready to do the kicking off here. Back deep for the Orioles on the far side. Number 2, Gavin Simon. He's a senior. And number 7 is Yaliz Reed, also a senior. And doing the kicking off was Kyle Roby for the Tigers.
Look for that pooch kick that was pretty effective last Friday evening.
And we are now underway, and it's just a little squib kick. It's going to be taken at the North Fond du Lac 42-yard line, so they do have good field position. I suppose if you squib kick it, you would like a little bit better kick than that. However, that's where it's going to be. The 41 is where the officials will mark it 1st and 10.
Defensively for the Tigers, I think if you look at experience, the strength is in the secondary. When you have Declan Dudzinski, Tyler Bradley, Carter Kissinger, and the safety Max Huber, they've all played varsity at those positions for the last couple of seasons.
All right, well, it's a I formation for the Orioles. And their quarterback is going to be Jay Johnson. Oh, I take that back. It's going to be number 16, Zach Siedschlag. And his first pass to the right side is complete. And good yardage, about 7 yards for the Orioles.
Yeah, that went to number 10 for them. And
George Giese.
Yeah, Giese, nice job. He found a spot and broke down, just sat down, and was able to get the effective 7 yards.
To the 48, going to be 2nd down and 3. And Siedschlag out of the shotgun, back to pass again, looking to the right. Another pass and catch, and a 1st down for the Orioles. This time to George Giese into Ripon territory.
Same guy, same location, same play, same result.
Marty, you had said last week, earlier off the air, that they like to pass, and the Siedschlag did a pretty nice job.
They couldn't run last week in their opening inaugural game last week, North Fond du Lac. They went down to Illinois, played Blackhawk Warren, got beat.
Out of the shotgun, Siedschlag, little screen out there to Reed. Reed cuts back, but he's not going to get anywhere, and as a matter of fact, he is going to lose yardage. Good job by the Tigers, and on the defense there, Kyle Roby, one of the players.
Kyle was the second leading tackler a week ago up there in Nakusa. New position for him, playing defensive interior tackle. And on the offensive side of things, he's playing a tight end versus the up back or the fullback.
Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 42 of Ripon at the right hash. Siedschlag hands it off to Reed. He's going to go right up the middle, crosses the 40, but then hits a wall of Ripon Tigers, and they did a nice job of stopping them, including Parker Webb, who was in on the play.
And Jack Scholzel, I saw 55 scraping him up pretty good.
And he had a good game last week.
Yes, he did. Last week against Blackhawk Warrenville, Illinois, they got beat 52-8. North Fond du Lac did. They had negative yardage in the game for rushing, but 156 yards and a touchdown pass. 10 of 18 from the air for that quarterback.
3rd and 8. Pass complete at the 35. He breaks 1 tackle, and he gets down to about the 34-yard line, and that is Connor Grohl, a senior for the Orioles, and he's going to be just shy of a 1st down by about 2 yards. Out there making the tackle was Max Huber for the Tigers.
Missed that initial tackle. He makes that tackle, you're going to need about 5 yards, so that was good effort by the receiver to make it a very makeable 2 yards here.
4th down, 2 out of the shotgun. Siedschlag back to pass, throwing to the right. Caught at the 30, and a first down for the Orioles by Gavin Simon.
Wow. Very conservative at the secondary coverage. You needed 2 yards, and you got 6 yards off the line of scrimmage, and it was an easy 2.
Ball control, Marty, for the Orioles, and doing a pretty good job. Little short passes here, mixing in with a run.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So the ball is at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10, North Fond du Lac at the right hash.
Trips left.
Zach Siedschlag in the shotgun, and he's going to hand the ball off to Reed up the middle. A missed tackle inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line before Yaliz Reed goes down.
Well, this team that hasn't won a game forever has their first drive of the game looking very well right now, and they're doing it with a nice blend of dink and dunk on the passing and then mixing in the physical run up the A-gap.
Ball's at the 24. That was a gain of 5, so makes it now 2nd down and 5 for North Fond du Lac. Ripon needs to find a way to stop these Orioles on their first drive. Out of the shotgun, Siedschlag back to pass. He's looking downfield, across the field, and it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, North Fond du Lac to Jackson Goldapski.
Wow, what a nice drive by the Orioles. They just, you wouldn't know from watching that drive that they have not. Now we got a flag on the play, so we'll wait and see what that is. But we'll wait and see. It looks like it's coming back. But the holding on them.
Yeah.
But so no touchdown. But that doesn't negate the fact that they put a nice drive together here, and Ripon defense has to get their wake-up call here.
It was a nice-looking play, but as you said, Marty, negated by the holding call. So break for the Tigers. The ball moved back to the 33-yard line, and that should make it now 2nd down and about 15 from the 33.
Get a short memory if you're the Orioles.
Siedschlag back to pass, throwing right, in and out of the hands of the receiver, who was Gavin Simon. He was covered heavily out there by the Tigers' Parker Stellmacher.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pass. He should have been caught. Hit him right in the hands. That's why I played defense.
So now 3rd and 15. And, Marty, it's no surprise when you have a good drive going and then there's a penalty and then the offense could very well stall out. Happens all the time.
Well, the thing to watch for, Coach Bradley, we talked about in that pregame interview as we get a timeout called by the offense, the visitors of North Fond du Lac, was that, and I thought about what he said. He's absolutely right. Last week, they converted their 3rd down conversion rate in Nakusa was very good. It had to be at least a 75% completion rate on 3rd down. But if you looked at what the yards were, it was 3rd and short on most of those. So you got to win defensively. You got to win those early downs to make it a more difficult, challenging 3rd and long. And Ripon was too kind, if you will, in that category to the opposing offense.
Okay, well, this drive by North Fond du Lac has been going smoothly. They had a 24-yard touchdown pass before it was called back on a holding.
And what a nice play that was, by the way. I talked about how a Ripon defense is playing soft, and, well, now you know why. They were looking for that double move, and sure enough, the tall kid for them, that receiver, went up above our coverage guy and came down for 6. At least we thought it was at the time.
From the 33, 3rd down, 15 for the Orioles. Ball at the right hash. Siedschlag out in the shotgun. Waiting the snap, has it, back to pass, looking downfield to the right, has Reed, 25-20. He's got enough for a first down, I believe, before he stepped out of bounds, and he does on a little screen.
I got a note here, doing my prep work earlier today. They will throw to the running backs. Handel and, you guessed it,
Reed, yes.
Reed.
Well, that was a big gainer down to the 16-yard line.
There's that drive. They got it back going again. Ripon having issues giving up the big plays last week, and that certainly was a big one here.
Gain of 17. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Siegschlag out of the shotgun. Reed up the middle, and he's going to get tackled from behind. A nice play out there by Jordan Perkins.
Yeah, he got injured last week. Good running back a year ago as a sophomore, just a junior, but he's a 195-pound kid. And they're moving him around defensively. They started him out at left edge last week, and then they put him down at nose guard. One play, he had a tremendous play on the ball from the defensive end position, taking the blocker and throwing him into the path of the ball carrier.
No doubt he is very athletic. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Siegschlag back to pass, goes to the right side on the flat. Caught.
What's going on?
And it's going to be George Giese. He has a first down, and he's inside the 5-yard line.
Unofficially, at least his 3rd reception, and he was all alone. He was an orphan.
He was wide open in the flat there. Someone missed him, and that makes it goal to go for the Orioles, and they are now at the Ripon 2-yard line as this drive continues. Marty, 7:15 remaining in this first quarter. They've taken it all up. So 1st and goal from the 2, Siegschlag. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get caught in the backfield. It's going to be a quarterback sack for the Tigers.
That was a nice job, because if he would have given it to Reed, I dare say it would have been the same result. So it's a quarterback sack versus a tackle for a loss on Reed. Good job by the
number was
defense.
54, and he's not on the roster tonight, Marty.
We had that issue last week with a couple of our players. You straightened those out for us at halftime. But
I'll try and get one here. Yeah. And what do we have? We're going to have another timeout. So I'll tell you what. There's a timeout, and we will take a timeout and be back in just a moment. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Our pregame show is brought to you by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs. All right, we're back at Ingalls Field. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Orioles. They've been driving this whole first quarter, and they are down to the 5 at the 2, but
look for Reed.
It was a loss of 3. Bowden Greff on the quarterback sack. Now a scramble by the quarterback Siegschlag. He's not going to get to the end zone, but he's going to get back to about the 2-yard line, made by a tackle by Kyle Roby.
Yeah, he's inside the 2, in fact. That was a good pickup. Now they move it back, but it's still inside the 2-yard line. So, nice scramble by the quarterback.
3rd and goal. We'll call it the 2-yard line. Clock continues to roll now at 6:10 on this 3rd down play from the 2. Siegschlag pitches it to Reed. He's going to try and get in, but no! Caught in the backfield again. 54, Bowden Greff for the Tigers on the sack.
Yeah, the guy we didn't know who he was before sure made his presence known right there 2 plays later.
Jordan Perkins helped, as well as Max Huber, and this is going to be a loss of 2 to the 4, and now it's 4th and goal, Marty, from the 4-yard line. So the Tigers defense has been kind of soft and giving it up, but boy, they have been strong here on this goal line stand, but now it's 4th and goal from the 4. Siegschlag out of the shotgun, back to pass, flags down.
Okay, it's going to be 5-yard illegal procedure.
So it is. False start against the Orioles. We'll put them back to the 9.
These are the kind of things you just, when you're have a program in search of a victory.
2 major penalties.
Yeah, and Ripon certainly has been part of that same formula themselves.
2 major penalties for the Orioles. 1 negated a touchdown.
When I say Ripon, I don't mean tonight, of course. I'm talking about last week and some of those games last season, too.
All right, from the 9, 4th and goal.
Here we go.
2 receivers to the left and to the right.
You know it's a pass.
Back to pass, Sietschlag. He's under pressure. Going to have to roll to the right. Going to throw across into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Wow. Connor Grohl got open in the far corner of the end zone, and the Orioles are on the board.
Well done. Well done.
And the Orioles strike with 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. They have used up 7 minutes of football in this first drive of the game.
Yeah, normally you said 7 minutes. Normally with a passing attack, you have some more incompletions, right? So it gets stretched out. But these guys are on their game here with those short passing plays.
They're going to go for 2 on the point after touchdown play. And Sietschlag is looking at the sidelines. They move a player more to the left. That's Alex Score. And now a flag, delay a game, I bet.
Sure. And
no illegal shift.
And the issue, he wasn't set evidently.
Yeah.
Or 2 men moved at the same time. Either way, results in a 5-yard penalty. They'll still go for the 2. It'll be a pass. So
that'll move the ball back to the 7.
If your coverage isn't that strong right now, then what you got to do is do a better job of putting pressure on the QB. So let's see what Ripon has up their sleeve if they're going to put a little more pressure on the quarterback.
So the point after touchdown play, we'll try again. Now we have like a crooked eye to the right with a fullback. And so here's Sietschlag back to pass. He's looking in the end zone. It's caught right at the goal line by George Giese. Threaded the needle.
Well, what Giese does, he does a great job of coming across the face mask of the defenders. So, in other words, he's got them on their backside. And if you watch some of those other pass patterns, if you go back and watch tomorrow or the next day, you're going to see he does a great job of coming across their mask. And the defenders have to step up and not let him do that. So, but he's got a handful of catches in their first offensive series.
So the Orioles strike first here with exactly 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and it's now North Fond du Lac 8, and the Ripon Tigers have 0. But Ripon hasn't even gotten the ball yet.
No. And now that they've scored, it's almost going to put, to me, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of momentum, Ripon, they don't need to score on their first possession, but they can't be doing 3 and out either. So it's going to behoove them to get going here offensively and get their confidence going that they can move the chains certainly as equally as the visitors just got done doing here. Wow, I'm impressed for a team that's you got a good quarterback that throws strikes. Giese is a nice big receiver. Doesn't give us the height
or the weight,
but you can bet he's I would guess at least 6'3".
All right, well, we have back to receive Declan Dudzinski. He's one of them. And also with the ball, Parker Stellmacher. He got it at about the 20. Hey, he slips through 30, 35, 40. On the right side, 45. Down he goes at the 48-yard line. And Parker Stellmacher kind of squeezed through there, Marty, and big yardage.
Well, all of a sudden, special teams has been shining for Ripon. You had the Declan Dudzinski punt return for 6 last week, and now on a kickoff return here, getting the ball up to midfield. So just pretty much you're 52 yards out from pay dirt. Great place to start from on your first offensive series.
Ball's at the right hash, the 47-yard line. Parker Webb, the sophomore, is the quarterback for Ripon. He's going to pitch it to the right side. Stellmacher, 45, takes a few steps into midfield and into North Fond du Lac territory to about the 46-yard line. Good gainer on first down.
Nice. He did it on just moments ago on the kickoff return, and on that run, what Stellmacher does so nice is he stops, he waits, lets the block take shape, and then he cuts off the block. So, as they like to use that term, a very patient runner.
So he gets to the Oriole 46, gain of 7, makes it 2nd down and 3 for Ripon.
Have to get feedback from the viewers on live streaming about the orange helmets.
Here's Webb. Jordan Perkins left side, cuts up, 45-40. First down, Ripon, and a flag comes down, though, late.
Yeah, look where it was thrown. Usually a sign of holding. And the only time it's against the defense is if they grab something they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it looks like it's a hold indication, so that negates a nice run by Jordan Perkins. It was second down and 3 from the 46, and so now they're putting the ball back into Ripon territory at the 40-yard line. So that's going to make it now second down and 12. So that's a tough break for Ripon, but we've talked about it, Marty, hundreds of times. Penalties will kill you.
Yeah.
And they have here on this initial drive for the Tigers. Webb now on a nice handoff to midfield. Good run out there by Tyler Bradley. He's back into positive territory of North Fond du Lac at around the 49.
I don't know why they didn't throw a flag there. I mean, from the time they blew the whistle until that kid threw him down at this level of football in high school.
There was some.
Normally you throw the flag.
But they did not, and the ball's at the 49. They have to get to the 42. Third down, 7 coming up now for Ripon. Trailing here 8-0 to the Orioles of North Fond du Lac, who scored on their first drive of the game.
Every play on the ground has been on the ground so far by Ripon. Have not gone to the air with Webb at QB.
Ball's left hash. Webb has under center, back to pass now. Looking to the right, throws high in the air. Caught at the 30 to the 20 and pushed out of bounds is Jacob Riddick.
Yeah, and Declan Dudzinski's going, hey, man, that was mine.
Riddick's a little taller. They did have 2 receivers in the same area, but Riddick came down with it. Huge play to the Orioles' 17-yard line.
Speaking of Dudzinski, he had a heck of an effort last week when you look at what he was able to accomplish with his pass receiving and his punt return and then the big interception as well. So he was a busy man making big plays and hoping that rubs off with some of his teammates. What a nice pitch and catch that was right now with Riddick.
32-yard pickup for the Tigers. Ball at that right hash mark, 1st and 10. And here, I'm not sure what happened there, but
well, it was a mix-up. Webb was looking for the handoff. The running back was not ready for that play, and so it doesn't matter whose fault it was. But what's important is that the quarterback will learn from that and saying, you know what, I just got to eat that.
They're calling it a forward pass because
he pitched it.
He did pitch it. Yeah.
He threw it. We're not at the angle to see that.
I wasn't either.
But it was close to a lateral or a pass, I'll tell you that. It was very close. But they got away with one. And like I was saying, Webb just learned a valuable lesson, hopefully, in those situations. Just eat the ball, live for another play.
All right. I think the Tigers got a break. But anyway, it's going to be second down and 10. All right, Webb up the middle. Jordan Perkins fighting his way inside the 15-yard line. He's going to get to about the 13 before he's downed. And it'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
Speaking of Ripon, you're talking about Perkins. They got Jordan Perkins, Parker Stellmacher, and Declan Dudzinski. They all played running back a year ago. So that you got that going for you. When Caden Pear isn't injured, he's the fullback, played a year ago. And then Tyler Bradley and Braden Dudzinski, all experienced running backs of a year ago. And then Riddick, who just caught that big catch there on 3rd and long, he's a senior, and he played last year. And Max Huber's the other wide receiver.
The ball's at the 13, need to get to the 8, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Well, no, I make it more in 3rd and 6. I guess they're going to put it at the 19. Ball's at the right hash for the Tigers. Webb back to pass, looking left. Wide open is Perkins. He cuts inside, now goes back outside. He's at the 10. Oh, he got caught from behind. Good tackle by Jesse Handel.
Boy, was it a great open field tackle. And if Perkins could have it back instead of juking out and cutting in towards the pursuit, just the other way around, and he probably would have had 6 because he had the angle on the rest of the pursuers. But live and learn with that. The other thing, like a lot of offenses have to go through every year is graduation. And so Ripon, no different, of course. They have one returning offensive lineman from a year ago. But they took Jack Schulzel. They put him down in the line. Bodie Greff, Riley McCann, the linebacker, is down playing offense in there too. Braden Bame. And then Bobby Brown, just a sophomore, 6'1", 225, number 75. He's out there now on the right side, right tackle.
4th down, 5 from the 12. Webb back Back to pass, down them across the middle, intercepted at the 1 yard line. And it's going the other way, 15, 20, and out of bounds. Good interception. That's Gavin Simon for the Orioles.
Well, you got, this is, don't you get the feeling each team has had one offensive possession, and it's going to be who's going to make the least amount of mistakes will be the winner tonight. And right now, while both teams are making the mistakes, the bigger plays have been by the visitors.
So the interception comes with 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. With our score, the North Fond du Lac Orioles 8 and the Ripon Tigers 0. Let us take a timeout. Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000. Homan Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Homan Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun. We are back at Ingalls Field on Thursday night football night here in Ripon. And the Tigers find themselves down 8-0 to the Fighting Orioles of North Fond du Lac. Ripon had a nice drive, but Marty, an interception at the goal line.
You know, I did tell you Fighting Orioles before we went on the air, but they're just the Orioles. But
I like the Fighting
Okay,
Orioles.
all right.
They fight with those worms early in the morning.
Yes.
All right, Seatslag into the shotgun. Reed. Nope, this isn't Reed, but it's a handoff to the tailback. And a nice run out there by the tailback. I don't know what his number is.
Something with an 8, I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for it.
Looks like 88, and we don't have that on the roster.
No, we don't. I think that's when you get a winning program, there's fewer mistakes in the programs as well.
So.
I mean, it all goes together.
Regardless, number 88 did gain 6 on the play to make it 2nd down and 4 with the ball at the 24.
Sorry. It's always good. You know, you want to win first down. Anything from 4 yards up, you win first down. Now you have options. You know, 2nd and 4. Now you can do what you want. Defense cannot be leaning towards a pass or a run. Even though these cats, it makes you think, don't you think they're going to pass it here? They got it going good. Unless they want to establish Reed.
There's a handoff once again to number 88, and he gets inside over the 25 to the 26-yard line, and that is going to end the first quarter of play. It's going to be 3rd and 2 when play resumes for the second quarter. So, after 1 quarter of play, our score is the North Fond du Lac Orioles 8 and the Ripon Tigers 0. Back with the second quarter after these messages. Ripon Area School District continues to offer the very best educational options to each and every student. Ripon Tigers are building their future in a high-achieving academic atmosphere supported by a dedicated professional staff who are passionate about education and strive for excellence. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. The bakery and deli teams at Webster's Marketplace are always cooking up great food for you and your family to enjoy. Breads, buns, cakes, and of course the signature donuts. Meats hand-cut daily to Webster's Deli Broasted Chicken. Delicious dips and full line of meals for you to take home and enjoy. Webster's Marketplace, Highway 23 West in Ripon. We're back. 3rd and 2. First play of the second quarter. Pass play, Seatslag caught at the 30 by Gavin Simon. Good tackle out there by the Tigers. That's Stellmacher, but North Fond du Lac still gets a first down, and now it looks like we have an injured player.
That's better defense, by the way, on with Stelmacher, the close on it. He read it, and he got there. Yeah, they got the first down, but that wasn't as loose as on that how soft that offense played in that first offensive series by the Orioles. Excuse me, the Fighting Orioles.
That's right. Also, we figured it out, Marty, that number 88 is actually going to be Yaliz Reed, the former number 7, and he must have got his uniform tore up or something, so they had to change his number.
Yeah, my guess is it's probably has to do with blood usually is what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my guess, and we'll see.
Well, the receiver who caught the pass, Gavin Simon, is the player who's injured for North Fond du Lac. Marty, let's talk about the Tigers next week. What kind of road trip are we going on?
You know, that's a good question because normally I write that down, and I did not write that down.
They're at Plymouth. At Plymouth next week.
All right. Well, first things first. They got a great field. They got a great venue in terms of we're going to be on top, the roof, if you will, of the press box. And that's on top of a hill looking down on the field. So we have really a nice vantage of view. Kewaskum has very much the same similar setup. However, the Plymouth Panthers are different than Kewaskum in that Kewaskum does not offer you the double brat on a Sheboygan hard roll with brown mustard. And so that'll be the difference. I'll be bringing a cooler, if you will, to take home what I'm not able to put down at halftime.
All right. Well,
but yeah, Plymouth. Plymouth is one of those benchmark teams in this conference that they're definitely a measuring stick for the Tigers next week. But first things first, can Ripon get a win before they go into Plymouth and start conference play next Friday night? And it starts here on defense. 1st and 10,
North Fond du Lac, as Gavin Simon makes his way off the field. He was limping initially, has kind of stopped limping, but he's still walking rather gingerly on the far side. So, 1st and 10, the ball at the North Fond du Lac 30. Ball at the right hash mark. Yaliz Reed stands behind Siechlag, the quarterback. He gets the handoff right up the middle, and he hits a wall at the 30, maybe gets to the 31 before down he goes. Parker Stelmacher was one of the, nope, I take that. Yeah, Parker Stelmacher was one of the players in there. And in addition to that, Riley McCann.
From his linebacker position, he's a tough-nosed kid, 53. Showed that last year as a junior. One thing Coach Bradley talked about was it's important that Ripon do a better job against the run. And they've done a few plays. They've had a few plays just like that.
Gain of 1, 2nd down 9. Siechlag, this is going to be Reed again right up the middle. Maybe a yard or two. Once again, Riley McCann on the stop for the Tigers, and also included in there was the quarterback Parker Webb. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 6. Tigers behind here, 8-0, 10:40 remains in the second quarter.
How often do you see a quarterback playing on defensive end? Sometimes if you use your quarterback like that, it's generally a safety position, probably 80% of the time. But, hey, whatever it takes if you can try to get a win here tonight.
All right, 3rd down 6. Siechlag back to pass, looking downfield.
Hit.
He got hit.
And look at that.
As soon as he threw the ball, but the pass was complete out there to Julian Weckworth, but not enough for a first down.
Bowden Greff kissed him good, but the release was good enough to get to its target. Impressive. He came a good shot.
He did indeed. But it's 4th and 2, and...
Oh, yeah, they'll go for it.
I think they're going to punt. I think this is just well, maybe not.
Well, I mean, it's non-conference. You're looking for your first win.
From the 38.
But maybe it'll be a quick kick. Who knows?
4th and 2. Nope, back to pass. Looking, he's under heavy pressure. He is sacked. It was Jordan Perkins.
They have intentional grounding in high school, evidently.
I think they do. Good job, Jordan Perkins.
That's what the call is, intentional grounding.
On the 4th down, so the Tigers will certainly decline it and get the ball back.
Yeah, it's a no. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. The penalty doesn't hurt them in terms of yardage if you're going to decline. Good job by the defense. Nothing like pressure on a quarterback. Take away that that timing of the and the rhythm from the quarterback to his receivers, and that's a huge momentum change when you can do that for the Tigers. Good job by the defense.
Yes, Jordan Perkins. Getting in that backfield.
Yeah, that D line is Roby, Brown, Schlesel, Bame, Perkins, and that freshman, 61, John Moreno Valdez. He had a really good first half last week for a 9th grader playing in a nose guard position. It was impressive.
From the 24-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And here's a handoff to the running back who gets down to about the 20. That's Parker Stellmacher.
Talked about being successful on 1st and 10, and there you go. Got about a 5-yard gain.
Down to the 20. We're going to call it gain of 4. 2nd down, 6 for Ripon.
If I'm North Fond du Lac, Lind, I am thinking run again right here by the Tigers.
The ball between the hash, basically right in the middle at the 9-minute mark here of the 2nd quarter.
Look for Perkins.
Here's a pitch. Perkins left side, going to cut in. 20, 15, 10. Down to about the 8-yard line before he's tackled from behind. Nice run, Jordan Perkins. And that's going to be a 1st down for Ripon at the 8. Goal to go.
Smooth acceleration by number 5 for a 195-pound junior. Going north here, trying to tie things up.
Ball's at the left hash mark. Pitch right side, Stellmacher. He had to cut back in after heavy pressure from the defense.
Great
and this
job.
is going to lose a couple of yards.
That was designed to go to the wide side off the edge. The defensive end came across the line and said, not on my watch, Forced him back into pursuit, and like you just described, you saw what happened.
Loss of 3 out to the 11. So that makes it goal to go from the 11, 2nd down.
Bradley takes the play in from his father, Coach Bradley. Stellmacher takes the knee on the sideline.
It's North Fond du Lac 8, Ripon 0. 8 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Fighting North Fond du Lac.
Fighting Orioles. All right, Webb back to pass, looking right side. Tosses it into the end zone. Over the head of Jacob Riddick. And it'll bring up 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're outside the 10-yard line. You got 2 plays to get 6 points here. Let's see how creative, how aggressive Coach Bradley's going to be here. They've had good success last week. They got the yards they got on the ground were off the edge. They were bottlenecked and hamstrung up inside the tackles all Friday night for the entire game last week. Let's see if they try to go off the edge.
From the 11, 3rd down, goal to go. Webb back to pass, looking in the middle of the field, throws in the end zone, and it is broken up.
Couldn't hang on.
Good defense, broken up, intended out
Roby
there for Kyle Roby, and he just couldn't hang on. He got hit immediately as soon as the ball came to him there.
Had it in his right hand, pinned against his right shoulder pad, and came dislodged. That's his first attempt. That's the first time they've thrown to him here in this early season.
So now it's 4th down, goal to go from the 11, stops the clock, 7:44 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
That was the right play, by the way, I want to add. And I think if Webb gets rid of that pass a little sooner, he's waiting for the man to be open. You got to get that trust factor going. That'll come with more reps.
Webb back to pass, looking left, throws, caught, touchdown Tigers! Jacob Riddick on the left side.
Riddick, I think that's, I'll tell you, those 2 catches he's had tonight, this one for a touchdown, I wonder if that's the Riddick that does the movies. This guy's big. We'll have to see if he's got a shaved head.
You know, sometimes with Webb, he'll loft the ball. That time, it was a
dart.
strike. Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was, as they say in baseball, it was a seed. Yeah.
And that's what I like to see, because that ball was there in a New York minute.
For the viewers that are not familiar, I am familiar with New York minutes, by the way. Parker Webb is a sophomore, the QB, number 10. He's a transplant, if you will, from the Lone Star State. Don't know where in Texas.
All right, the Tigers are going to go for a point after touchdown kick. Snap, kick, going to be short. No good. So, 7 minutes, 37 seconds remain in the second quarter. The score is now the Orioles 8 and the Tigers 6. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Game on.
If you're looking for straighter teeth, better chewing, or simply a better-looking smile, Sensational Smiles Orthodontics offers treatment for both adults and children. Sensational Smiles Orthodontics, your only local one-stop orthodontic office, located in downtown Ripon. The Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enriching the world. Ripon students live that mission through the Early Childhood Program, project-based charter schools, K-12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, numerous extracurricular offerings, and the Start College Early program. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. We're back at Ingalls Field. Here's the kickoff. It's going to go out of bounds. So North Fond du Lac will receive good field position.
Two guys watching right now, both alumnus of Ripon High School. Craig Cram up in Prior Lake, Minnesota, is tuned in here watching this game, his alma mater. The team he was on, class of 74, season of 73, was an undefeated Ripon season. No dance to go to back in those days. Terry Cram is also alumnus. He is in Sheboygan Falls watching.
Well, the kickoff goes out of bounds, Marty, so North Fond du Lac will have it on their
40?
own 35-yard line. And there is a timeout. I think these are water breaks that the officials are giving the players some extra water breaks.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's a good thing it wasn't yesterday.
Oh, man.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is actually quite nice
it's
today.
Pleasant right now.
Well, even when I was outside today in the sun, mid-afternoon versus yesterday at the same time, that was, the heat index in Ripon got to 113 in Ripon yesterday.
I believe it.
At one point in Janesville, with a temperature of 99 degrees and a dew point of over 80, it was 120 heat index in Janesville for a couple of hours, which is just unfathomable.
7:37 remains in the second quarter. It's 1st and 10. Orioles on their own 35-yard line, leading this game 8-6. North Fond du Lac, Seachlog, Reed tries to go left side, and he's going to get tackled for a loss, or maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Jack Scholzel on the stop.
For those colors, it's black, almost looks navy blue with orange, and I see 88. I think Butkus was 80, not Butkus, Iron Mike Ditka was 89, I think. I'm not sure, but I like the way this Reed fella hits the hole. It reminds me of that Francisco Valdez a week ago up in Nakusa. That guy, when he had the ball, he was one type of a runner, and when he didn't have it, he was on coffee break.
Reed gets the pitch, round to the outside, 35, and he falls and kind of trips down. He's down by gravity.
Well, he tried to make a cut because 55 did a great job of taking away the edge, and when he tried to cut it up field, his cleats gave way on that turf. So give credit to Jack Scholzel for that play.
Gain of 1, but that makes it now 3rd and 9. Balls at the right hash. Clock rolls. Second quarter, 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. 8-6, North Fond du Lac.
I think Scholzel put on a lot of weight from a year ago. Some more muscle. He looks bigger.
Back to pass, Seachlog around the middle, and there's nobody there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. I don't know if he thought the receiver was supposed to stop, or he just got rid of it.
Well, good pressure, too. I like from the first drive that North Fond du Lac came away with a touchdown, Ripon's doing a much better job, I think, in terms of more consistent pressure on the Fighting Orioles quarterback.
4th down and 9.
When's the last time they had a completion to, dare I say, Geezy, number 10?
Been a while. This is the first punt, too, for North Fond du Lac tonight.
Good one-hopper. Good job.
It was a one-hopper. Caught at the 33, left side, Declan Dudzinski.
45, 46-yard line?
Yeah, he's going to get across the 45. Remember, last week he had, a 58-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier. That was a beautiful run on the far side, and then he cut up against the grain from the sideline up to the middle of the field. One of those type of runs, fun to watch. What a career, coming out party he had with the touchdown catch, the huge interception, tight-roped along the sidelines, a couple more big pass catches in that series last Friday night. He really accounted for a lot of the offensive yards last Friday evening.
1st and 10, Ripon on their own 46-yard line. Here's a end around to Dudzinski. He gets across midfield into Oriole territory.
Thing about football, there's nothing quite like it. You're in the huddle, you're talking to your guys. You're in a battle every play. You're learning a lot about yourself. You're learning a lot about the guy across the line from you. Imagine being in those trenches. You're inches away from your opponent, and if you're on offense, you know what your job is. In defense, you're saying you're not going to block me, buddy.
That's a gain of 6 for Ripon into Oriole territory at the 48. 2nd down and 4.
All those individual
Here's Webb
battles.
To, I think that's Jordan Perkins, who went straight up the middle, and he has a Tiger first down inside the 45 to the 43.
Yeah, that was off the A-gap of the left side between the center guard, and you're right, Lynn. There was nothing fancy about that.
I like that play.
He went north like that Southern Railroad caboose, not caboose. What is that? The big
Wisconsin and Southern, the big engine in the front?
Yes.
From the 43, and now we're going to have a timeout. North Fond du Lac will take a timeout. That is going to be their second timeout of the half. And are we taking a break here? And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these messages.
The Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enriching the world. Ripon students live that mission through the Early Childhood Program, project-based charter schools, K-12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, numerous extracurricular offerings, and the Start College Early program. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. Silver Creek Dentistry offers a truly different dental experience. No upsell, no lectures, never any pressure. They truly believe in treating you the way you want to be treated, with friendly and compassionate dental care. Silver Creek Dentistry for all your dental needs.
Welcome back. Ingalls Field, Parents' Night for the Ripon Tigers. They find themselves down right now, 8-6, 5:48 remaining in the second quarter. The ball at the Ripon 43, 1st and 10. Quarterback sneak by Webb, and he's being pushed by the Tigers, still on his feet. Whoa, got a little scuffle going on here with a couple of players, but a nice gain by Webb for Ripon inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that's what. Now we know why they have the helmet and pads.
I'm surprised that official let them hit each other a few times.
I like it. And then talk to them and let them know, okay, guys, that's it. Clean it up.
Yeah.
You got your warning.
But it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Webb, Dudzinski in motion, flag down. False start, so that's going to cost the 5 that the Tigers got on the sneak.
A lot of the penalties came by way of the defensive unit for Ripon last week in the first half with about 3 offsides. Has not been an issue tonight, so they addressed that. I know Coach Goldenboom is working with the defense, according to head coach Mark Bradley. He's one of them, amongst others. And then Coach Downs works with Coach Bradley on the offense, primarily.
So the ball goes back to the 43, where it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Clock running now under 5 minutes. Orioles 8, Tigers 6. And Webb back to pass. Looking left, downfield, over the head of everybody, but it was tipped by a North Fond du Lac player.
Good coverage. It was in the triple coverage against the sideline, so that's really a small bucket to try to drop it into. Good protection also by the Tiger O-line. They picked up the blitzing edge rusher on the high side. He just couldn't. The coverage was too good. He needed to go elsewhere with that. Football.
Pass was intended for Jacob Riddick, who's been a big target here tonight.
Yeah, you said his name no less than 4 times. A couple of them for that big catch that he stole from his teammate Dudzinski, and then another bigger one than that, than the one for the 6 points for the Tigers.
3rd and 10, but now Ripon will take a timeout, and I guess we'll keep it here for the moment. We have 4 minutes and 41 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And as mentioned, it is North Fond du Lac 8 and Ripon 6. We're glad to have you listening tonight on AM 1600 and 93.1 FM, WRPN The Wave, and also on the web worldwide at youtube.com/Ripon Channel.
It was funny. He might have been pulling my leg, but he texted earlier. One of the alumnus said, I gave him the call number for the website, and he said he said he was getting Ripon, California. So,
do they have a game tonight?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. It was just funny. So we got a Ripon, California, Ripon, Wisconsin, and then the sister city of Ripon, Wisconsin is Ripon.
Isn't it England?
Yeah.
Okay, from the 43, 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Here we go.
Webb back to pass, looking right, going to go loft it downfield, and it's going to be
safety.
Broken up nicely by the North Fond du Lac defender, and it was intended once again for Riddick. I think the ball needed to be just a little bit more downfield.
Well, the safety that plays center field, and his job is to be as deep as the deepest offensive man. That's exactly where he was. That ball hung because of the ability of the safety to roll over on the top. If anything, it'd be nice to cut that pass off over the middle, run it deeper in and across the face mask of that safety.
4th down, 10.
Easier said by me up here.
Looks like the Tigers will be punting it. And Bradley will punt. There is
Don't be too
going to hit at the 10. Is going to slow down. Yes, it will.
Beautiful.
5, 4, 3 out of bounds.
Nicely done by Bradley. He's been the punter for this Tiger football program. This is his 3rd season at least since his sophomore year, possibly his freshman year. That I'm not sure, but say the least, he's been the man with the foot for a number of seasons.
Nice punt down to the 3, and that gives North Fond du Lac 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They have 1 timeout remaining in the half.
Nice job by Jack Scholzel, Bodie Griff, Riley McCann, Brandon Bame, Bobby Brown on that offensive line for Ripon, and we're going to talk about their defensive line for Ripon a little bit later.
Ball's at the right hash mark, and as mentioned, the 3-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Fighting Orioles. And it's Siege Schlag out of the shotgun, running back to his left. It's going to be Reed right up the middle.
Nice.
Gets maybe to the 5. Oh, he was able to sneak out of there, Marty, to about the 8-yard line. So a good run that time by Yaliz Reed, the senior, for North Fond du Lac.
Off a 175 there. They got a nice complex. We called the game last year. They got the all the bleachers all on one side, big set of bleachers, one side of the field.
2nd down, and we'll call it 6 yards to go from the 7-yard line. Waiting the snap. Siege Schlag, Reed, once again, right up the middle. Oh, boy, some Ripon player came flying in there and made a really nice stop, and I think that's Riley McCann.
Yeah, and that, he's an animated guy. I mean, that's the way he plays the game. What better, if that's your style, that's the way you play. What better position at linebacker, 53? He's got good hands, violent hands. He gets off the blocks quickly, and then I like the way he goes through the ball carrier and not to him.
We are going to give him a gain of 1 to make it 3rd down and 5. The ball's going to be at the 8-yard line. Ball's at the right hash. Pitch now to Reed, left side. He's going to cut up. Hits a Tiger head on. Good tackle out there. That's Jordan Perkins. Nope, that's Max Hughesbo.
Yeah, number 4, the
nice
senior
play.
safety, stepped in there. He knew he was outsized, and he took a great angle on that pitch designed to go wide, and he took on that ball carrier mano to mano. Like you said, good job, Max.
So the clock will roll. We're at 2:25 remaining in the second quarter. And North Fond du Lac will punt. Ripon's going to have good field position here, especially if Declan Dudzinski can get any sort of return. Plus, Ripon does have 1 timeout. High punt.
Not a good one.
And it's going to take a rip and bounce inside the 30 before it gets down at the 28-yard line. And, Marty, you can't ask for much better field position than that.
No, you got 2 minutes and change. I think 2 timeouts to work with. So the clock should not be an issue. Let's see what Coach Bradley's going to be thinking with that offensive unit.
That's
what a big play. That just, Max Huber makes that play. The punt team may not be out there. And that a solid tackle by the senior safety really turns momentum around. And then that's followed up by a less than average punt. And then now, like you said, inside the opponent's 30-yard line.
Yes, at the 28. Ball's at the left hash mark. 126 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Webb back to pass. Throws to the right slot. He's got Dudzinski out there at about the 23.
Good yards, though. Got about 7 to 8.
Looks like he did. We're going to mark it at the 22-yard line.
One of the nicer pitches and catches tonight, actually. Why it looks like pretty much a vanilla kind of pass. That's not an easy one. It's not a swing pass, and it's not a straight one or a straight down and out. It's got sort of like this, just sort of a fading angle, and he threw it. He threw as we say, a seed to that.
Gain
nice
of 6.
job.
Yeah, gain of 6. Second down, 4. Under 2 minutes. Webb going to keep it. Rolling to the left. He's got some room on the outside. Oh, but he was grabbed by the jersey at the 20-yard line. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to be about a yard shy. Clock's rolling, 1:44.
Yeah, you got a little sense of urgency here. I'm not a big proponent. Saw last week that Webb talking about his arm. Yeah, he's a sophomore. It's going to be great to have for the next few seasons. But in terms of foot speed, average at best. If you're going to run that keeper, why not just have somebody else go under center with some jets? And by the time the defense realizes it's somebody else, the ball's snapped.
Webb back to pass now on this 3rd and 2. Throws it down inside the 15, but broken up, intended for Riddick.
All right, now you got the fourth and about 3 yards, along 2. So there it is. I mean, you want to try to go in. What better way to go in at halftime with the lead? But big play now, just about the biggest play for Ripon coming up so far in this contest.
Yep, I would agree.
Perkins takes the play, and I won't be surprised if number 5 is involved with this play.
Taking it right up the middle, maybe. I don't know, but it is going to be 4th down and 2, minute 14 remaining.
Timeout, Ripon.
Now we're going to take another timeout, and I guess we'll just keep it right here as the Georgia and Southern train makes its way through the heart of the city.
Yes, the train yards are really busy tonight in the huge city of Ripon.
They are. I don't see many people catching mini rides on them anymore, though.
No, that's right.
All righty. But anyway, yes, 33. I take that back. What they're counting down the time here. There was a minute? Was a minute 6 seconds remaining, I think, in the second quarter. It's 4th and 2. Again, our score is North Fond du Lac 8, and it's Ripon 6.
Yeah. You know, we wanted to mention, Ripon only graduated 4 players of a year ago, but one of them was the quarterback, Ethan Struble. And Ripon ran for a total rushing yards of 1,440 yards last year. Well, the quarterback had 1,019 of those, 1,440 yards, or about 71% of the rushing yards. So they lost a lot there, but now they're doing it by committee with guys like Perkins.
All right, back to pass. Webb on 4th and 2. He's looking to the right side. He's got somebody, and it's knocked down.
Yeah, what's happening, the timing, when you're open is when you got to throw it, and it's like that hesitation to identify and then release. It's always allowing, in that case, the corner and the safety to close on the ball, so you got to execute that pass sooner, and you got 6 points. That will come. He's a sophomore.
It was intended for Declan Dudzinski.
Yeah.
And it was broken up. And so now the ball is turned over to the Orioles with 1:07 remaining in the second quarter.
But he's throwing strikes. He's got great sense of where to put the ball. It's just the timing is off.
Okay. 8-6.
Now that's how you want to go in, unless you're very fortunate to come up with a turnover. You don't want to fall asleep here if you're the Ripon defense.
Each team with, I take that back, North Fond du Lac 1 timeout. Ripon has used theirs. They don't have any remaining. And North Fond du Lac is just simply going to take a knee for the next minute.
And enjoy that first half lead is their apparent game plan.
Yeah, and I guess when you have...
well, you're inside your, look where you are. You don't want to be necessarily letting momentum be stole by the defense. You're inside your own 30-yard line with minimal time left. You don't want to force a bad play here. So I go with the conservative play calling by the Fighting Orioles of North Fond du Lac.
And there's another pitch, and taking a knee is the quarterback, Siedschlag. And that's going to be the halftime as the clock is going to still roll down. We are at the 10-second mark, and both teams running off of the field at this point. And that is going to be our first half this evening here on Parents' Night at Ingalls Field here in Ripon. And our halftime score is the North Fond du Lac Orioles 8 and the Ripon Tigers 6. We are now going to our halftime show, which is brought to you by MPB Builders. And they are known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders, a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award. That's MPB Builders of Ripon.
Yeah, the old mover shaker of that was Leo Sauter. Modern Paul. He was the one that built that company.
All right, Marty, before we send it back to studio, any sort of notes or interests you want to pass along here in this first half?
I think slow start by Ripon defensively, and I think they tightened it up and got more aggressive as they kind of, felt their way into the game. Give credit to the visitors to take their inaugural offensive drive and come away with 6. What better way to be on the road and to come away with a touchdown on your first offensive possession? Put pressure on a team like Ripon that's not exactly blowing teams away, to say the least. So, that's my observation. I don't look for either team making any big changes here in the second half. Just make fewer mistakes.
All right. Well, again, our halftime show brought to you by MPB Builders. And we'll be back with the start of our third quarter after these messages and entertainment on AM 1600 and 93.1 FM.
Walsworth Printing in Ripon believes a company, like a family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School. The Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enriching the world. Ripon students live that mission through the Early Childhood Program, project-based charter schools, K-12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, numerous extracurricular offerings, and the Start College Early program. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. The bakery and deli teams at Webster's Marketplace are always cooking up great food for you and your family to enjoy. Breads, buns, cakes, and of course the signature donuts. Meats hand-cut daily to Webster's Deli Broasted Chicken, delicious dips, and full line of meals for you to take home and enjoy. Webster's Marketplace, Highway 23 West in Ripon. Floral Expressions is a full-service floral shop conveniently located inside of Webster's Marketplace. From centerpieces to balloon bouquets, full wedding flowers to custom and sentimental remembrance arrangements, Floral Expressions is here to help. Inside of Webster's Marketplace, Highway 23 West in Ripon. Silver Creek Dentistry offers a truly different dental experience. No upsell, no lectures, never any pressure. They truly believe in treating you the way you want to be treated, with friendly and compassionate dental care. Silver Creek Dentistry for all your dental needs. Walsworth Printing in Ripon believes a company, like a family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworth.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School. Holman Automotive Group is committed to providing a professional and positive sales experience along with the best possible service. Their friendly and knowledgeable staff is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. They are proud to be a part of the local community and look forward to serving you for many years to come. Holman Automotive Group in Ripon and Waupun. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Our halftime show is brought to you by MPB Builders, known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders, a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award. Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000. Aroma's Bar and Grill isn't just the place to get authentic Mexican cuisine anymore. Their menu also includes Friday Fish Fry, Legend Larry's Chicken Wings, steaks, burgers, and much more. Experience authentic Mexican cuisine and the expanded menu items at Aroma's Bar and Grill. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Ripon Area School District continues to offer the very best educational options to each and every student. Ripon Tigers are building their future in a high-achieving academic atmosphere supported by a dedicated professional staff who are passionate about education and strive for excellence. Come to Ripon and experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. The meat department at Webster's Marketplace has a butcher on site daily, cutting the meat fresh for you and your family. Webster's Meat Service case features hand-cut steaks, signature stuffed mushrooms, marinated chicken breasts, and great fresh from the sea options for you to enjoy. See you at Webster's.
Welcome back to Ingalls Field, and we're glad to have you along tonight on AM 1600 and 93.1 FM, WRPN The Wave, and also on the World Wide Web at youtube.com/Ripon Channel. And it's North Fond du Lac Orioles 8, Ripon Tigers 6.
Bottom of the 7th inning.
Here at Ingalls Field. And Marty, off air, you and I were kind of discussing this is very similar to the game last season in North Fond du Lac.
Yeah, it was not. It was a final score of the Tigers coming away with the first win of the season, 20-6. But that game was very much laid to question in terms of the come out up until probably just about the end of the third quarter. Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of that way. Low-scoring defensive battle. So these kind of games, a lot of people go, oh, there's not enough offense. Hey, I love these types of games. I really do. Because you know it's going to come down to big offensive play or big defensive opportunistic plays or mistakes, fumbles and INTs, maybe big special teams play like Declan Dudzinski had a week ago against the paper makers of Nakusa.
Our halftime show, once again, brought to you by MPB Builders.
Yes.
They are known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders, a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award.
I can't tell you how many times out in the hinterland we'll be driving, my wife and I and Louie the Mutt from Alabama, and we'll see a modern pole building. It'll be in the middle of nowhere in a field, and you know it. You know what it is. And you look up at the right up there at the crest of the front of the building, and you'll see that
little logo that they have.
MP logo. Yeah.
Hey, also we had a special guest pop into our booth tonight.
Boy, was it ever special.
Former Riponite Dan Lusky made a stop into the booth here to talk a little some memories and some football, living down now in Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Wow. Yep. That's I asked him. It's about 3.5 hours outside of Phoenix, and Colorado River comes across that area on its way headed south. Yeah, it sounds like he's having a good time. He said it got awfully cold there. Had a few days it was in the 50s during the winter. He was totally bummed out.
Doesn't own a winter coat either.
It's him and his black lab holding down the fort. He's loving it. And he's back here for a little time. And
his mother's birthday.
Yep. And hopefully he was talking about what a kick he'd get if he was able to do that chain gang thing one more time in Ripon. And maybe for the first home game to be held in that brand new football stadium. But it's at the end of the day, that's going to be all determined by Bolt Construction when that's going to happen.
Good point. But, yes, it's good to see Dan Lusky out there in Lake Havasu City, and brought back a lot of memories when he would run the chain gang for the Ripon College games. And the Ripon Lions Club used to grill the Lusky burgers that we used to down at halftime of the Red Hawks games. And we had a lot of fun, and we caught up and some good memories. So if you happen to see Dan Lusky, he hasn't changed much other than he has white hair now.
Yeah, and he's got more sun. He's tanned and rested.
Yeah, a little more tanned.
Tanned and rested. He
brought his little moped up, too, from Arizona, so you maybe see him around in the next week.
We asked him, what do you do? And well, I go to McDonald's, and we have a little coffee clutch of about 3 people, maybe 4 on a busy day.
The room of wisdom.
But when it gets going into the snowbirds of the Midwestern states, then all of a sudden that group of 4 turns to a group of 20.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed our halftime, sponsored by MPB Builders. And to begin the second half, it's going to be North Fond du Lac kicking off. Here is Dudzinski to the right side, 40-45, and he got hit, still on his feet, tries to get his way to midfield, out to the 49, and a good run of about 30 yards by Declan Dudzinski.
A human, what do you call that? A spring, where he hits, he gives ground, and then keeps his feet. Great balance, and then got a few more yards after what looked like it was going to be a pretty hard hit. He absorbed it. Very nice. Yeah, he's got good acceleration, sees a good feel for seeing the lanes, the running lanes.
Had a game for the ages last week with 3 touchdowns, and so gave the crowd here tonight something to cheer about. All right, and here is a pitch to the right side, and nice hit there by that Ripon running back. I didn't catch the number, but it is going to be Stellmacher.
Oh, yeah. I didn't catch the number that came up and delivered the blow. I think it was 22 for the Orioles, but he came in all business. But I'll tell you what, I don't think he expected Stellmacher's response to his hard, aggressive tackle, because Stellmacher sent him going the other way.
Yeah, put his shoulder down.
Yeah.
Hard gain of 2 yards, but the Tigers are now into North Fond du Lac territory.
Yeah.
Second down, and we'll call it 7. And here's a fumble. Oh, but Jordan Perkins is able to pick it up on the fumble, and then he got tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play.
Yeah, these are the types of things we're talking about in a low-scoring affair. You want to get your
So I guess it's going to be a loss of 1, but the ball is still in Oriole territory. But Marty, now it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Ball at the right hash.
It's a big mistake.
Penalties
there,
and a mistake like that.
Yeah, and they've had about 3 of those types of mistakes.
And you just can't do that. Yeah, just can't do it. All right, back to pass is Webb, looking to the left, lofts it out there, has the receiver, and a first down by Declan Dudzinski.
Wake-up call has gone to number 3 all of a sudden. He's been kind of quiet offensively in the first half, and all of a sudden, here he is, making his presence known.
It's going to be a gain of 10 to the 39-yard line, and yes, the Tigers have a first down. It was a nice-looking play. As Webb lofted it out to Dudzinski in stride, he was able to cut it up and get the first down.
That's a good descriptive, too, in stride. And I can't tell you how rewarding that is to a receiver to get hit in stride.
All right, handoff. Perkins trying to get the corner, does, inside the 40 to about the 36. A tough gain of about 3, but there too, Marty. Perkins put his shoulder down and laid a hit.
Well, his agility for 195 pounds is impressive to me. His lateral footwork and then the physicality of what you just said. He put his head down and got 3 yards out of nothing. It looked like it was going to be 2nd and 10. Now it's 7.
He's a tall, big kid, and he's got some speed on him too. And got a good gain of 3, and it was a tough gain of 3. But the Tigers moving here with 9:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like a run formation. We have a legal procedure on Bradley, so that will come back and make it about 12, maybe. Yeah, 2nd and 12. A little anxious there, giving the play away. It looks like there was going to be a quick pitch to the wide side of the field towards us. And we'll never know 100% for sure, but let's see what Coach Bradley wants to run now.
Well, the ball now back to the 41-yard line. Also, Marty, at halftime, they had little cheerleaders out there on the field. The young cheer squad. It was kind of fun to watch.
Had to be about 30 of them, I figure.
A lot,
least. Maybe more.
Quite a few, and wish I would have had the names, but I don't. But nonetheless, it was very impressive and enjoyable for the fans and the parents and family members. Pass out to Dudzinski, but just off the fingertips, and he was covered pretty well too there by Dimitri Reed of North Fond du Lac.
Yeah, Reed did a good job. He wasn't fooled on the play on that out pattern. A pass pattern that I really like is a drag over the middle. At this level of football, it's very difficult at times for the defense to keep up with a receiver that comes over the middle and drags across to the other side. And sometimes the coverage, you get lost in the shuffle and you're wide open.
3rd down, 12 for Ripon. Webb back to pass. He steps up. He's going to take off, and he gets caught from behind after gaining about 4 yards. And a good tackle out there by the Orioles' Logan Kirk.
Well, this drive, they've stuttered with self-inflicted wounds, a couple of them, because they started with this ball just short of the 50-yard line, I think. And with the number of plays they've run, and it's 4th down, they've only been able to move the ball just a little bit over 10 yards.
4th down and 8. Tigers going for it. Stellmacher in motion, now stops. And we've had a couple of Ripon players moving. And
well, yeah.
It was kind of
it's going against Ripon.
Yeah. Well, they're in punt formation, and I'm not sure why they have people in motion during punt formation.
Yeah, I was going to say they are going to punt it, but now it's 5 yards
further back.
Yeah.
So instead of the 39, it's going to be the 44.
They got to get their heads in the game. I mean, just in this first series to start the second half, this is not how you want to start a second half. Trailing by a few points at home.
All right, so now it's at the 43, actually. 4th and 13. Bradley to his right. There's the punt. Going to the corner. It's going to land at the 17.
Kick.
Is it going to slow down? He's at the 5. 6-yard line. It goes out of bounds.
Excellent. Outstanding.
Nice punt there by Ty Bradley.
Like I said, he's been punting. This is at least his third year.
So North Fond du Lac will get the ball. As mentioned, they do have the lead here. 8-6 over the Tigers. A 52-game losing streak is on the line for the Fighting Orioles here tonight.
Yeah, you got to go back to this month of the year 2016.
Yeah.
And the last time they tasted a win in the program. I was interesting talking to Craig Cram, class of 74, when I mentioned who they were playing on the phone. He said, back when we played and Ripon had an undefeated team in that 73 year, they played North Fond du Lac non-conference and said, guess what? They were a tough opponent.
8 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The ball at the 6-yard line, 1st and 10, Orioles. Siedschlag in the shotgun. He gets the ball, handing it off to the running back, who again is Reed, Yaliz Reed, and he's going to gain about 2 to the 9.
McCann did a good job getting off the block and almost had Reed for a loss. But legs are going to win the battle with arms. Broke that arm tackle.
Gain of 3, we'll call it, to the 9. 2nd down, 7.
Yeah.
Again, the ball's at the left hash mark.
Good job by Reed turning a 2-yard loss into a 3-yard gain for the Orioles.
He's a good little runner.
He's got some punch to him.
Standing alone is the quarterback, Siedschlag. He's going to pass. Right side, incomplete. He threw behind the receiver, George Giese.
Yeah, finally Giese does not catch the ball.
Ty Bradley was right on the receiver, so even had he caught it, there was no place to go. Good coverage, but that stops the clock with 7:45 here in the third quarter and brings up now 3rd down and 7 from the 9-yard line for North Fond du Lac. It's turned out to be a very pleasant evening. Temperature now in the upper 70s. We have a nice breeze.
Yeah,
so a lot of the humidity's gone.
I'm sitting up here. I'm resting. Yeah, we got like you said, a slight breeze. We got a whistle, stoppage of play,
and it's a false start against North Fond du Lac. So that'll move the ball back 5 more yards. So instead of 3rd down 7, it's 3rd down and 12. And with any luck here, the Tigers could get some good field position, but first they have to make a stop on 3rd and 12.
Boy, and I'll tell you, after that offensive start of the second half by the Tigers, they need to get the ball back, and they need to get that bad taste out of their mouth with a play here.
Siedschlag steps up, throws deep. It's incomplete, just over the receiver's head, who is George Giese. And Giese did get behind the Ripon defender, but Marty, there was a lot of pressure on Siedschlag in the backfield.
Well, we talked about that ever since the first offensive series by our defensive series by Ripon. They've gotten more aggressive, putting heat on that quarterback, and it's worked in the Tigers' favor.
So good defense for Ripon. They get the stop that they needed for good field position. Declan Dudzinski standing on the Oriole 38-yard line. Here's the punt. Dudzinski's going to take it at the 35. A fair catch and good field position for Ripon. So they'll be starting this drive now with 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And as mentioned, they're still trailing in this game 8-6.
Thursday night, under the lights. I think that's the first time I've said that for a high school game.
Yeah, I don't know if Ripon has ever had a Thursday night game. Perhaps they had.
Yeah, you would think
years and years ago.
Yeah, probably, but
and maybe even during the playoff years, they probably had a Thursday night game.
Well, they definitely
Just
did.
Guess, yeah.
You definitely did, and that's why we're playing these early games now.
Well, let's see. This is a quarterback sneak. It seemed like a busted play all over because some of the offense moved and some didn't. But Parker Webb makes the most of it and will get at least 2 yards or maybe just 1 yard, I suppose. We'll give him 2 to make it second down. We'll give him just 1 to make it second down 9 from the 34. So that play did not look good from the start, Marty. Something happened there. I think nobody knew what the snap count was. That's my guess.
Other than that pass to Dudzinski and that hard run by Perkins, things are they're struggling here. They're out of sync offensively. They need to right the ship.
Here's Perkins up the middle. He sneaks through into the 30, and he might have got to the 29, but the official says no, right at the 30. But regardless, that's going to be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So a nice run by Jordan Perkins straight up the middle.
I'd love to see him go no huddle, get right back up. It's too late. But, in a situation like this, they should have had the other play going. No huddle, get up on the line. You would have that defense on their heels immediately.
Yeah.
And what a time to do it when momentum kind of seems to be stagnant.
Yeah, that is.
And run the same play.
Some facts there for sure. All right, 3rd down 5 from the 30. Webb hands it off. This is Bradley, I believe, 20 in the 30 to about the 28 before he goes down. And now the Tigers are faced again with a 4th down, short yardage, about 3.5, 4 yards to go. I guess we're going to call it 3. The official gave him a generous mark to the 28-yard line.
Right now, Ripon will take anything they can get.
Well, it was generous. That's how I see it.
This is a little less than 3 yards, about 3 yards needed. Here we go.
All right, straight at the middle is Perkins. He has the first down inside the 25-yard line, and he's still going. And some good blocking out there by Ripon, showing some toughness and some feistiness, Marty.
Yeah, Stelmacher stands out in my mind. He's got a thing going on here with a couple of those DBs going. I love it.
And here you
those
talk
battles
about
within the battles. Yes.
Talk about quick to the line of scrimmage. Here's Ripon after the first down. Perkins is going to get it again. He's kind of cut to the outside. 15, 10, 5 on his feet. Touchdown, Jordan Perkins.
I have a headset down to Coach Bradley. We talk things over during the contest. Nice job. I love it. You get the first down on a 4th down and short, crucial play, and before the defense has a chance to gather themselves and establish some momentum defensively, you come right back with a no huddle, and look what Perkins does.
All right, back to the point after touchdown play. It's Perkins up the middle. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Jordan Perkins.
Wow. That is out of 5 touchdowns this year, 3 last week, 2 tonight. That's the first point after Ripon's been successful.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a Jordan Perkins that we've kind of been wanting to see. He's a tough kid, and he runs well.
He hyperextended his arm, I think, in practice. I don't think he participated in that scrimmage at Lamira a week ago Friday. And then, of course, he got slightly injured on the last week. And so you're not quite sure what you got going on a percentage basis. How much of a Perkins do we got going? Well, from what we've seen tonight, we got 100% Perkins.
Yeah, and he looks like he's kind of gassed out there. He's been playing both ways, of course, all night. But, hey, give credit to Jordan Perkins. He's put the Tigers on top with 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's now the Ripon Tigers 14 and the North Fond du Lac Orioles 8. Last year, Marty, we talked that it was Ethan Struble who changed the tone of the game for Ripon versus North Fond du Lac. Tonight, let's hope it's Jordan Perkins.
Right, and if somebody else wants to join in, if an audition and a repeat by Declan Dudzinski, who's lined up here in the kickoff team on the outside.
We'll take it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right, here comes the kickoff. And it's going to be taken. No, it stayed in bounds.
Worked out perfect.
Back to the 12-yard line.
Inside the 20.
And a nice play and good defense out there by Ripon. Running the return man down was Carter Kissinger.
They'll spot that just outside the 20, close to the 21-yard line. Good job by Roby on that squib kick. A lot better looking than the first one to start the contest tonight. Well, Ripon has momentum now. Not only momentum, but more importantly, they got the bigger number on the scoreboard than the visitors.
Gavin Simon was the return man for the Orioles. And again, he brings it back to the 20, where it's going to be 1st and 10.
Right
the ball's
now,
at the right hash.
Right now, I'm looking at Geezy. I'm going to reestablish, as we get offensive illegal procedure, the left tackle for the Orioles did one of the few things we've seen tonight. We have not seen them jump offensively tonight off sides until just now. I'm going to establish that that dink and dunk passing game that gave them their only score tonight on their first possession tonight. I'm going to try to get number 10. I mean, he's shown what he can do. He had 150 yards and the only touchdown a week ago down in Illinois.
1st and 15 now for North Fond du Lac. Siegschlag is back to pass, looking to the right. It's incomplete. Yeah, the play was there, but the pass went in and out of the hands of the receiver. He should have had it.
That was Geezy, and they know what he's capable of doing. Now, you're just about to say sure-handed, and there you go. I think about the only guy that no one's ever had a perfect career when it comes to receiving.
So 2nd down and 15 for North Fond du Lac. Siegschlag back to pass again, looking to the right side, throws. The receiver got behind the defender, but it was just slightly overthrown to the receiver.
Did you see what he did? That was number 5. That was Jackson Goldapski. It was a hitch and go. He gave that little stutter step on a quick out. The Tigers bid on it, and then it was the hitch and go fly down the sideline. And we're talking less than a foot, the difference between a catch and about a 80-plus yard touchdown.
85-yard touchdown, because that's what it would have been had he caught it. 3rd down, 15. Back to pass once again. Under pressure, sacked! A quarterback sack by the Ripon Tigers.
Boy, was it ever, and there was a couple of them there.
Jordan Perkins is in there.
Is one, and number 10 as well, or 6, let's see.
Yeah, that's going to be Parker Webb.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? A quarterback sacking a quarterback.
And I think also was John Moreno Valdez was inside there too.
Somebody forgot to tell that nose guard that he's a 9th grader.
So that's nice for a big sack. Another big loss of 6, so it's 4th and 21. Ripon is also going to get good field position again. Dudzinski standing on the Oriole 40-yard line. There's the snap. There's the punt, and Dudzinski's going to have to chase it down. Yeah. And is he going to take it? He does at the 40. 35, he cuts inside. 30, still on his feet. Then he finally goes down at about the 29-yard line.
Well, the conventional thing to do is as it hits the turf, you just let it go, and you're going to have the ball right around their 40-yard line. But as we have an injury, he grabbed it and got 10 yards out of the play. It worked out. He's probably got a cramp.
I think so.
They appear to be working on the cramp for the Orioles player. Get a quick timeout if you're Ripon. I like these. I like not the injuries. It's not an injury. It's a physical situation.
Yeah, he looks like he has a cramp.
More fluids.
So.
Yeah, you got to get more fluids going. But you get a free timeout, and I've always thought coaches need to take advantage of those. I got trainers and all those kinds of guys from the hospital staff. Schott Schneider's down there, right there. He's been with the program for how many decades, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Work some things out with my defense.
Well, I was thinking about taking a sponsor break, but I think we're going to wait now because the officials are going to roll it here.
Yep.
The ball is at the Orioles' 29-yard line. Once again, excellent field position for Ripon. There's 4 minutes, 1 second remaining in this third quarter. The Tigers now have the lead, 14-8 over North Fond du Lac, and this will be a 1st down and 10 for Ripon.
If you want to walk away with a win, this is where you want to do it on this drive.
Stelmacher gets the handoff, and he maybe gets a yard or two before he is stopped down. And I guess we'll just give him 1 yard to the 28, so it's going to be 2nd down. And looks like another North Fond du Lac player is on the ground.
Hey, I know Stelmacher's had these battles tonight, and I'm just watching his body language here after that run. You got to be careful. You're going to get an unsportsmanlike for yakking, for talking. or maybe the way you throw the ball back. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Tell you what, let's take a timeout, shall we?
Yeah.
And we will be back in just a moment.
The meat department at Webster's Marketplace has a butcher on site daily, cutting the meat fresh for you and your family. Webster's Meat Service case features hand-cut steaks, signature stuffed mushrooms, marinated chicken breasts, and great fresh from the sea options for you to enjoy. See you at Webster's. If you're looking for straighter teeth, better chewing, or simply a better-looking smile, Sensational Smiles Orthodontics offers treatment for both adults and children. Sensational Smiles Orthodontics, your only local one-stop orthodontic office, located in downtown Ripon.
We're back at Ingalls Field. The injury was Alex Score, another cramp. That's 2 in a row. Ripon's been lucky they haven't had anybody who's cramped up yet, but it's 1st and 10. Here's Jordan Perkins, gets the handoff. He's inside the 25 to the 24, fighting away. He's going to get about 4 yards. And that is going to bring up here 3rd down for Ripon and about 4 yards to go. So again, the Tigers on the drive here. They didn't get much on 1st down, then the injury, then we get 4, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 24. Clock winding now under 3 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. Ripon leading 14-8 over North Fond du Lac. The ball's at the right hash mark. Webb is under center. Gets the handoff. Stelmacher trying to get to the outside. He has out there. He cuts inside 20, 15, and he gets stopped at about the 13-yard line before being dragged back. But more importantly, the Tigers have a 1st down.
Yeah, the forward progress, to your point, will give them the 1st down. And he's running. Stelmacher's running with some passion there. I think a little extra than what he normally does.
Lost his helmet, so he has to come off.
Yeah, he always plays hard.
He does.
I think that must have been, was it his older brother that played a few years ago, I think. And anyway, yeah, I like his game. He's him and Perkins are excellent balance, and if they can ever get Pear back, he's a traditional fullback.
At the 14, 1st and 10. Perkins cuts inside. He's going to just get to about the 12, a couple of yards on the play. And it's going to be 2nd down now.
You know, when you're running the ball effectively is when you can do play-action pass. Ripon, over the last few seasons, has tried to run play-action pass without establishing the run game, and it blows up in your face. If they're thinking about doing something like that now, this is the time to do it, only in the sense I like the field position and the effectiveness of being able to move the ball in the chains right now. So you got a defense right now in North Fond du Lac that has to respect the run, and this is when you do something like that.
All right, let's see what happens here on 2nd down 8. Up the middle, is that Stelmacher
Nice.
or is that Bradley?
Got a few more.
That was Stelmacher. And he's going to get a couple of yards more, so that'll bring up 3rd down at right about the 10-yard line. So it's going to be, I think, 3rd and about 6 here.
Almost down to a minute remaining in the 3rd. Speaking of 3rd, like you said, a 3rd down, 3rd and long.
Yeah, they didn't get to the 10, only to the 11.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with play-action pass now, because they figure there's a good probability the Tigers are going to pass anyway. So why take the extra time unless you're trying to freeze some DBs and linebackers? Now we got a timeout by Ripon.
Ripon does take a timeout.
Yeah, you know, and that's just part of the early part of the season. You know.
All right. Well, we'll take it with them. There's 57. I make that there was what 45 seconds, I think, or so to go in the 3rd quarter. They always stop the clock, and then they put the countdown of the timeout on it. But we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Our halftime show is brought to you by MPB Builders, known as an industry leader in post-frame construction. You can trust MPB Builders, a 13-time winner of the National Frame Builders Association Builder of the Year Award. Our pregame show is brought to you by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs.
Alrighty, we are back, and it's 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. The ball at the 11-yard line. Big play. And we have a handoff to Perkins, and he's going to get inside the 10 before he gets knocked backwards. And Perkins did what he could. Not a lot of blocking inside, but credit the defense for North Fond du Lac. And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 from the 10. So now it's a big play call coming up here.
Hey, we got 86 viewers.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Hey, 4th down. Yeah. What am I doing? I'm doing one of two things. I'm either going to do a quick pitch to the edge, but this, to me...
They're going to let the clock run down.
Okay, but, well, they're going to run a play eventually, and when they do, I'm thinking quick pitch to the edge or go ahead and pass it, something, a high percentage over the middle.
All right, that is the end of the 3rd quarter with our score. The Ripon Tigers 14 and the North Fond du Lac Orioles 8. We'll be back with the important 4th down play right after these messages.
Our pregame show is brought to you by Brewer Heating and Cooling, your local Rheem Pro partner. You can count on the trained professionals at Brewer Heating and Cooling for all your home comfort needs. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000.
We're back live at Ingalls Field. 4th down and 6. Pass across the middle. And
short.
it's incomplete. Very close to being
that's the play
pass
I like.
completion. It was Jacob Riddick.
I liked
the pass was slightly low, but man, it would have been right there. Yeah,
I liked it. I liked the call, and just a little short on the execution. Turns it over on downs. Now the defense has to step it up. They got to, and I like to see a little more animation out there defensively. It's like jumping around. And I think we've seen that better than last week. And I just want to see that continue to improve because really defense is enthusiasm for sure. Yeah, I don't know if there's a timeout because of a personnel or an equipment issue. No, I think that offense over there was just getting last-minute instructions from the head coach for the Orioles.
Well,
yeah, and they're not waiting either. The refs blew the whistle.
1st and 10 from the 10-yard line for North Fond du Lac.
Shotgun, and now they take the timeout. Isn't that interesting? They got the play, the team. That's why they didn't go to huddle, because they were getting the play from the coach at the sideline. So you thought, okay, everything's good to go. And then they get out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they had 11. I was wondering if maybe they were one short. So something wasn't right, but they went shotgun formation on that as well.
Well, they did take the timeout. That is going to be their first of the second half.
Yeah, you really don't want to do that. When you're trailing, you're now in the 4th quarter. Yeah. That's. I mean, you're doing the right thing, but you hate to take an early one here down the stretch.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But anyway, it's 14-8 Tigers. And as we mentioned earlier, Marty, next week we go over to Plymouth. And, of course, we're always taking in suggestions on where we should eat and where you should buy my dinner.
Yeah, no, last time, that was Port Washington, that downtown Port Washington
really
with
nice,
that harbor, harbor scene. Man, that was like a miniature fisherman's wharf. Anyway, Here we go.
All right.
What's
First down, 10 from the 10.
Ripon defense, you want to keep that pressure going. Shotgun formation.
Siegschlag has it. Passes over to the left side. It's caught. And it's just across the 10-yard line before Declan Dudzinski's in on the tackle. And the catch out there, I believe, was by Gavin Simon, the senior.
That was, did you see that? They got twins. They got they got slots both sides, wideouts both sides, shotgun formation, and a naked backfield there on that last. That's something we haven't seen in the game so far.
Gain of 2.
If they're thinking they can get Geezy on one-on-one coverage, Orioles, they could have something working in their favor.
2nd and 8. Siegschlag back to pass. Caught at the 15-yard line. And it's not quite enough for a first down, but it's awfully close.
Look who it is.
Nice catch, George Geezy out there.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're spreading out the defense by going double slot, double wide, and then no naked backfield, but he's going shotgun, so everybody knows, unless it's a quarterback draw, everybody knows it's going to be a pass. And I think Geezy one-on-one, Mr. Orange Shoes, might not be coverable with one guy, but I tell you, it looks like Declan Dudzinski has the assignment on him.
It was 3rd and 1.
Are you kidding
and
me?
Ripon is jumping offside, so they're going to give North Fond du Lac an automatic first down.
Oh,
not good.
I'll tell you, the captain of that defensive unit needs to take charge of that, the other 10 guys out there.
That happened, 2-3 times last week?
Minimum 2 for first downs.
Yeah.
Without even snapping the ball, you cannot be giving first downs to the opposition. Discipline is part of the sequence.
1st and 10 from the 24. Siegschlag back to pass, looking left, throws, caught out at the 31-yard line. Nice catch. This time it's going to be by Connor Grohl, another senior. We have a Tiger down. Looks like Jordan Perkins down on the field inside the 20-yard line. I wonder if he's cramping up.
Well, he was hurt last week.
I think he's cramping. Yeah, he's cramping up.
Yeah. These guys, you can't express enough to tell these guys, hey, you got to be taking water early afternoon. You got to be hydrated hours before the contest. It's not like, oh wow, I'm gonna. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
Yeah.
So you got to do it.
But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a cramp there. And nonetheless, the play did go for 7 yards out to the 31-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd down 3. Marty, this drive is eerily similar to the first drive of the game. I was just
going to tell you. Yeah. And the reason why it is because they're able to find their offensive rhythm again. We haven't seen it since the inaugural drive to start the contest where they got their touchdown, their only score. And then after Ripon, they counterattack by putting more blitzing pressure on the quarterback. And so that rhythm for the Orioles kind of went away for a while. But they've reclaimed it when they need it most. A touchdown will tie the game. So this is critical right now in the fourth quarter. Can the defense for the Tigers do something on the defensive side of things to reclaim the momentum?
10:25 remaining, fourth quarter, 2nd and 3. Siegschlag back to pass, this time looking to the right. The pass is incomplete. It was short of Dimitri Reed.
Yeah, and part of that pressure coming off of that edge was number 55 for the Tigers.
Scholzel.
He was part of it. Why there was no physical contact, I think he bothered that throw with his frame, his size. He was lanky and tall last year. I just think he's a thicker athlete this year.
3rd down 3. Siegschlag back to pass once again. This time he's looking to the left. Throws wide open at the 45. Oh, and he dropped the ball. Well, what a break for the Tigers.
Well, let me tell you, that's one of the most difficult things to do when everybody at the field can see it. You're all alone. As opposed to have somebody hanging around you, you're all alone. It's kind of like trying to shoot that free throw with nobody on the line on a technical. And it's just a different feel. And
I feel bad for the young student athlete.
Number 4, absolutely.
All right, 4th down 3. Looks like North Fond du Lac is going to punt. There's nobody back for the Tigers.
No.
Not a very good punt.
No.
And it isn't even going to go to midfield.
Bad punt.
So the Tigers get another break, 2 in a row here.
They gained about 20 yards at the best on that exchange from where they were on first down and where that ball ended up. Yeah. Came off the foot awkwardly. If you're a punter, you know you missed it right away when you feel it.
Well, Ripon gets the ball at the North Fond du Lac 48-yard line, and it's going to be first down and 10. 10:04 remains in the fourth quarter.
Blitz, look out.
Pitch to Stellmacher. He cuts in. He eludes a couple of players. 45 down to about the 42-yard line. Nice run, Parker Stellmacher.
Oh, I'll say so. I'll say so because he just said hello to Dimitri Reed, that running back here with number 20, I think. I thought it was number. He ran right over number 20.
Yep, Dimitri Reed. Mm-hmm.
And that was Stellmacher said hello. He wasn't very polite. Nice run on first and 10 by Ripon.
From the 43, second down and 4. Gain of 6. It's going to be Stellmacher
Bradley
again, right side, inside the 40. He's got a first down for the Tigers to about the 36-yard line.
That might have been Bradley. I thought it was 20.
Oh, yep, you are correct. It is Bradley, Ty Bradley. Nice run for Ty Bradley, and it is the Tigers' first down.
And the reason why that was, one of the reasons anyway, why that was so effective, it was the play action of the effectiveness of all of a sudden that physical game with Stellmacher and Perkins up inside the tackles. And so on the keeper around the end, that's why it was effective. So good job by Bradley, too, in finding that running lane.
From the 35-yard line, first and 10. Oh, wow, did he hit a brick wall? The Tigers, that was Stellmacher that time.
That was a running brick wall.
Wow.
And with a number of 75 on it. Kale Voskel.
Yeah, Stellmacher went into the line and boom, down he went backwards.
You think Voskel's from Boscobel?
Well, we have another injured player for North Fond du Lac. Looks like this one, he looks like he maybe lost his air because he's on his knees and looks like he got hit somewhere. And nonetheless, I guess 8 minutes and 41 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. And I'll tell you what, let's take a timeout for a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Friendly service, competitive pricing. Modern Overhead Door does a tremendous job with quality installation of new garage doors and providing professional service after the sale. Selling residential and commercial CHI overhead doors. Modern Overhead Door, family owned and operated in Ripon. Call 748-5000. Aroma's Bar and Grill has authentic Mexican cuisine, mouth-watering steak, seafood, chicken, and vegetarian dishes cooked up with a delicious blend of spices and years of experience. You're sure to discover your favorite. Locally owned and operated on the far west side of Ripon, Highway 23. Hometown Radio, the home of the Wave and the Bug, is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in to WRPN 93.1 FM and AM 1600 and team up every weekday morning with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
All right, we are back live. Ripon had a second and 11, but Marty, North Fond du Lac jumped off sides.
Well, the guy we just talked about that made that huge tackle 2 plays ago, Voskel, just jumped off sides.
He was anxious.
Something that Ripon's had to deal with these last two games, and it happened in Ripon's favor this time. Well, there's discussion. I don't know what the discussion is.
Because it was second and 11. The ball was at the 36-yard line, so they're going to move it to the 31 to make it second down and 6.
I'd love to hear the talk on why they just didn't go march it off.
Well, anyway.
Here we go. Stellmacher's getting the play from Coach Bradley. Turning around, taking it right back out.
Clock should run, with the whistle. So now it's 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Once again, Tigers leading this game 14-8 over the Orioles.
This is an insurance policy as Ripon now jumps. That was the pulling guard. We had both Roby, the tight end, and McCann, the pulling guard, both went in motion. The snap, it must have been on 3, and they went on 2.
Well,
that's got to be. I'm looking at the body language of Coach Bradley, and it's you just like, come on, guys. This is not the nuance to the game of football.
Okay, we're back to where we started. Second down, 11. All right, here's a pitch. Jordan Perkins, left side, trying to get to the outside, breaks one tackle, cuts in at the 35, still going down to the 31-yard line, so he's going to get those 5 yards back. Man, he's a tough kid to take down.
Well, he's 195. He made the first guy miss, and then 21 grabbed on and went for the ride and waited for reinforcements. Yeah, he's like I said, he's got good feet for his size, and so it makes for a challenging combination to bring down in space.
The officials will mark him at the 32, so it'll just be a gain of 4. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 from the 32. 3rd and 7. Big play.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get the first, get at least 5 yards.
All right, here's Bradley. Ball was bobbled. He got caught in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage way back to the 39.
They are just struggling with their with the exchanges. About 4 of those tonight.
Officials actually gave Ripon a break. They put the ball at the 38.
Well, yeah, and how fortunate was that tonight when it appeared that a ball had been fumbled on a pitch by the quarterback that was ruled a pass.
Yeah, that's right, early in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Well, Ripon's going to punt the ball away. Probably the smart thing to do because Bradley's had some good punts tonight. Oh, the ball was down on the ground. There's the punt. Decent punt. Going to hit at the 10. And Ripon downs it at about the 8-yard line. Nice play.
Yeah, he didn't give the opportunity for the return team to think about grabbing it and running south with it.
That was
nice play by 22 for the Tigers.
I was going to say that's going to be Braden Dudzinski, and he hustled down there and did a nice job to put North Fond du Lac deep in their own territory with 6 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
You know, one of those plays that you won't get mentioned in the newsprint by the sophomore Dudzinski, but it's a big play because who knows, in that much time they grab it, they rip off a long return.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line for the Orioles. Left hash.
Spread offense, trips to their wide side.
Back to pass. Seeschlag, it's caught. 14-yard line. Down he goes.
What's the ruling here? Is the clock still ticking?
Yeah, I think it is. Yep, he was hit inbound, so they're going to keep the clock rolling.
Big play by the defense there to keep that clock going.
Bowden Greff was one of the players out there. Also, Declan Dudzinski. I think Ty Bradley was another one. So it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 13.
Bradley's got his hands full with Geezy on the near side.
Pass to the right this side. Receiver cuts in, but gets tackled at the 15.
Yeah.
Nice play out there. Max Huber on the tackle. It was a pass complete to Connor Grohl. Brings up 3rd and about 3.
You know, he's that field general out there, that safety position. He's reading everything, and then he's got to be quick enough and a sure tackler to do what he just did. Nice job by the senior.
Ball's now at the right hash mark. 3rd down, 3 from the 15. Seeschlag back to pass, goes left. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of Dimitri Reed. Covered very close, though, by Ty Bradley.
Ty Bradley's grandfather, Doug Bradley, was 3-time first-team all-conference tight end for the Ripon Redhawks. Ripon Redmen back in the 1960s. And I remember him. He probably would have been a 4-year all-conference. Back then, freshmen were not allowed to play varsity. And then his dad, of course, the coach, played for Ripon College. Also a punter, so no surprise that the apple does not fall that far away when it comes to punting. And a member of the last wrestling member, his dad.
Yeah, that's right.
Of Ripon College.
Yeah.
He was that last wrestling season. He was the lone wrestler on the Red Hawk squad.
Well, we have a timeout that was taken by North Fond du Lac. They have one timeout remaining. Again, they're trailing in this game, 14-8. They led most of the first half, and then they took that lead into halftime. And Ripon was able to get a touchdown by Jordan Perkins on a nice, I think it was about a 14-yard run. And then he also converted on the point after touchdown play. So it's now 14-8.
You got him. You got an opportunity here on fourth down to.
Fourth and 3.
Huge play for the defense for the Tigers.
Seeschlag, screen to the right side, caught Reed, and he's still down the sideline, but he finally got knocked out of bounds, and he does get the first down for the Orioles.
Nice acceleration.
Yeah.
He had just a slight seam there, picked up a nice block, and then from there just accelerated down that sideline. So he went from jersey number 7 to jersey number 88. And late in the first quarter.
Big gainer, too, out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 19 on the play. First and 10, North Fond du Lac.
Yeah, it's still their opportunity to come back here and
back to pass, incomplete. And it was just through the hands. I don't know if the receiver was quite ready yet. Gavin Simon.
Yeah.
So that'll stop the clock with 5:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. The ball at the 34-yard line. Not quite the 34, but close enough to call it that.
Yeah, they're running twins both ways. Now they got this. At least they got Reed in the backfield behind the quarterback now.
Seeschlag gets the snap. Throws right across the middle, but throws behind the receiver, Connor Grohl.
Yeah, that was a tough pass because his one arm was being grabbed by a defender as he released that for that little dink pass over the middle intended for Grohl, Connor.
So now it's third down and 10 for the Orioles. Clock stop, 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. The snap to Seeschlag. He's got it. Looking left. Going to throw way downfield.
Oh, no.
He's got him in stride at the 30-yard line. Down to the 25 is Connor Grohl.
And redemption is his.
Wow.
After dropping a wide open pass earlier, now he comes back and catches one when the team needed it the most.
And the defender who made the tackle for the Tigers is down inside the 25-yard line. But what a nice pass play. Caught it, and that's a big, big play for the Orioles with 5:11 remaining in this fourth quarter. When play resumes here, it will be first and 10 at the Ripon 25-yard line.
Boy, it looked pretty good about a minute ago on fourth and a long 3.5 yards. All of a sudden, they get the little pass out to Reed for a long gain down the sideline. A couple plays later, you get this over the middle, and give credit to that O-line for the Orioles. He had plenty of time to set and fire and find his target, that being Grohl. And that's the thing about sports. You know, you get back off the canvas and you have a chance to amend things of a mistake you might have made earlier. And that's the thing about sports. And he did. And that's who's shaking up there with a slight.
It's like Braden Dudzinski.
Okay.
Looks like another cramp, too.
I don't know. Yeah.
Or is that 82?
I don't. Yeah.
It's 82.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I didn't.
Jacob Riddick, then. Yeah.
That's a loss. You need Jacob out there. Good athlete.
All right. From the Ripon 25-yard line, first down and 10, North Fond du Lac. Ball at the left hash mark. Seeschlag, back to pass, looking left, going into the end zone, turning it around. Touchdown, Orioles!
Wow, what a catch.
Oh, my.
What a catch by number 5. Wow.
Jackson Goldapski. 25-yard touchdown pass play. The Orioles have just tied the game with 4:57 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And now it's point after touchdown time. Wow. Let's see what North Fond du Lac has. up their sleeve on this one because a 52-game losing streak is on the line, and the Orioles can take the lead here.
Well,
on this PAT.
I look for a pass for sure.
All right.
They got Twins out wide.
Zach Siedschlag in the shotgun. Has it. He's going to turn
Look
around
out.
under pressure, throws to the right. It's incomplete, and the game remains tied.
Well, give credit on that backside pressure. That was the difference, because if he catches that, he's still a yard and a half short of the two-point conversion. So given the touchdown, bad news for Ripon. The good news is they responded and denied the two-point conversion for the visitors to take the lead. Plenty of time left, just under 5 minutes.
4 minutes and 57 seconds here in the fourth quarter. And our score is now tied. Ripon 14, North Fond du Lac 14. And, these games have been going long, Marty. I'll tell you that. But, of course, a lot of passing here tonight as well. So
yeah, it really got long on the way home in Montello.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. After the squad car stops me for speeding. I know, right?
Hey, I wasn't bringing that up.
Oh, well. That'll happen once in a while.
You'll have that.
No ticket, just 36 and a 25. Just a warning. Marty talked him out of it.
The weird thing was he comes up on the passenger
I know.
side,
What's up with
shines
that?
the flashlight.
I know.
He must have thought my car was from England.
From England, yeah. Anyway. All right, well, the Tigers have some work to do. They've got a chance here. And here comes the kickoff by the Orioles. It's going to be taken went right through his legs. He picks it up at the 10. Declan Dudzinski dances. He's going to the right. Cuts up the middle. Dancing a little more, but he's only going to get to about the 13, 14-yard line.
Eventually, a Ripon return man mishandles one of those tough bouncers.
That's a tough time to do it, too.
Well, they got plenty of time. Let's see what kind of composure this team has.
They have to travel a long way here.
Yeah, but they're a big strike team, too. Dudzinski and Perkins have shown that ability.
From the 15-yard line, they have to go 85 yards in 4:44. And our score is tied 14 all.
What, 2 timeouts, guessing?
Ripon has 2 timeouts. North Fond du Lac has 1.
Can't see the scoreboard where I'm at.
So let's see what Ripon can do. This is it.
This is
big
exciting.
Drive. Handoff. This is Ty Bradley, right side. And he's going to get tackled for a loss inside the 15-yard line. He's going to get down to about they got him at the 13, did they? Yep, loss of 2. Second down, 12. I don't even remember what the overtime rules are. I'm going to have to think about that for a moment.
Well, we got a ways to go. I believe you spot the ball at the
10, is it?
At the 10-yard line, 25-yard line in college. 5-yard or 10-yard line, and you keep going. Each team gets the same opportunity to score. Sat at a game years ago playing Omro.
All right.
Ripon, I'll talk about that later.
Second down, 12 from the 13. Back to pass. Nope, it's a pitch option. Here's Perkins. He's got it. 15. Trying to get to the outsides. Somebody's got him. Now he gets knocked backwards. But he's going to be close to the 20-yard line. A long, hard run by Jordan Perkins.
Good effort.
Gain of 7 to the 20.
Boy, he is injury prone, it would appear. Oh, he's
cramping up again.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So 3:46 remains in this fourth quarter. Now this is a big third down play from the 20. Now they're actually going to, we'll call it the 20. Third and 5,
Yeah, so, it's do or die. If you want to maintain possession, you got to get yourself 6 yards here. So let's find out. Not having Perkins out there is huge benefit for the opposing defense, knowing they don't have to worry about number 5.
Okay. Clock rolling. 3:35 remaining in the fourth quarter.
I'm thinking,
third down, 5. Here's Stelmacher right side. Cuts up. 20. He's not
no.
going to get there. Out to about the 22-yard line.
About 2.5 yards short. They'll have to punt.
Ripon's going to have to punt.
They went conservative with the play calling. Deep in their territory, needing 5 yards, kept it on the ground. Can't take fault with that for sure in a tie game with just
3 minutes
3
now.
minutes remaining. Or as you would say, 182 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3:02.
All right, Ripon will punt. The return player is at midfield. Bradley's punt. Line driver hits at the 38. And it's
There
going
you
to keep rolling out of bounds in North Fond du Lac territory at the 46-yard line.
Well, momentum is all with, as you say, the Fighting Orioles of North Fond du Lac, because they can steal this thing in regulation with any type of score now.
Yes, they can. And they're they're going to start at their own 47.
Got to be disciplined. You want to be aggressive defensively, but you gotta take care of your responsibility individually. You can't vacate. In other words, if you're a defensive end, you got to hold that edge. You can't sell out and go down inside and open up that lane for them.
Now, North Fond du Lac has 1 timeout remaining, and Ripon has 2.
Right now, Ripon's hoping this goes to overtime. Yeah. And the visitors are playing with house money. The worst they can do is go into overtime. You got to think right now. And the best, of course, is to you got momentum on your side. You got a good passing game that they have rediscovered since their first offensive possession to start the game. Here in the fourth quarter, it's been pretty much all the visitors. You know, what was interesting was how it was that 4th down deep in their own territory and 3, and they got it. And that was the play for them that propelled them into setting up that go-ahead touchdown pass.
Interesting note now, Marty.
Yeah.
North Fond du Lac took their final timeout.
Sure. And in high school ball, the clock will stop when you get first downs and when you're out of bounds and on incomplete passes, penalties. So there's lots of things that'll stop the clock with this much time.
2:37, I think it was.
Was it? Yeah, that is weird when they put the
the
they
countdown.
never. Why would they do that? I mean,
I don't know.
You're doing it for the benefit of the officials, I guess, because the fans don't care. So,
14 to 14.
We got a game.
The ball left hash mark, North Fond du Lac 47-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10.
Welcome to Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I guess. Zach Siegschlag, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. He has it.
He's had a good game.
He's going to scramble, go forward, and he's going to go down at midfield, not quite midfield, the 49-yard line. We're going to have a gain of 2, so second down and 8, clock rolling, 2:25 remaining. Again, we're tied, 14 all. North Fond du Lac has no timeouts remaining. Ripon has 2. Second down 8 from the 49 of the Orioles. There's the snap. It's a good one. Passing right. Caught
nice
in
catch.
Ripon territory. Nice tackle. Caught by Connor Grohl. Good defense out there. Parker Stelmacher.
Nice job, one-on-one. Used the sideline to his advantage there, Stelmacher did. And he actually gave up about 2 yards after the catch, trying to avoid Stelmacher. Didn't work out for him.
Now what do we have?
I don't know, but they want to go no huddle here.
They stopped the clock with 1:44 remaining. It's going to be third down and 5.
Looks like the players are over here like it's a timeout for Ripon. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they didn't take a time off the clock.
No.
I don't know.
Well, you had 4 other players for Ripon staying out there.
Odd time to give them a water break, but you never know.
Very odd.
Okay, clock's rolling now. Third down 5 from the Ripon 48-yard line. Zach Siegschlag out of the shotgun. Reed behind him. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap. Back to pass.
Good
rolling
push.
right under pressure. He throws it away, out of bounds.
Good pressure on the backside, and then with
Stelmacher, Scholzel. Yeah.
those two.
So now it's 4th and 5. Minute 24 remaining. And I'm not sure if they're going to punt the ball or what exactly they're going to do. They have a strange formation here, but nope. I guess it's still Siegschlag under center.
They're going.
He's got it. Back
Play
to pass.
action.
Throwing down the field, and he threw way over the receiver's head. Miscommunication.
Okay, we got time there with just under a minute 20. They got the ball at midfield. Ripon has a chance.
2 timeouts.
Isn't this interesting that they wouldn't be happy taking their chances in overtime and just punting the ball away?
Well, they decided not to.
Well, now you gave Ripon a short field. This is, I guess they feel they got momentum and they're going to stop this offense for the Tigers.
From the
Perkins has new life. He's back up on his feet. He's out there, so you got one of your major weapons back.
From the 48-yard line of Ripon, 1st down and 10. Under center's Webb. Stelmacher, right side, has room, but breaks one tackle, gets to midfield, fumbled the ball.
Out of no.
Fumbled the ball right into a North Fond du Lac player's hands.
And
he's going the other way, and he's going to score.
He is going to
Oh, my gosh, it's a touchdown.
Was that ball pumped, that shot out of his arms, Stelmacher.
My.
Fighting for those extra yards, that ball got pumped out from behind, and Gavin Simon is the hero.
Goodness. Yes. Pumped right out of Stelmacher's hands into the air. North Fond du Lac picked it up at midfield, ran the other way before anybody knew who had the ball.
It went about 5 yards forward from where he was hit, Stelmacher, at the sideline, grabbed by Simon.
Gavin Simon.
And what a great foot race. What a great foot race it was down the sideline. Wow, how exciting.
About 55 yards for the touchdown, and he was at the 30-yard line before anybody knew who had the ball.
Yeah.
Ripon made a valiant effort to get him, but Simon was too fast. It's now 20-14 with 1:04 remaining in the 4th quarter. And now it is the point after touchdown play. And a flag. It's going to be a delay of game, I bet.
Well,
no, it's not against Ripon.
Yeah. They're going to say something with an equipment. Yeah. Does he not have his mouth guard
in? I don't know.
It's some fundamental equipment issue, I believe. They'll go half the distance. Make it a lot easier for them to score 2 here.
Well.
Oh, my. The city of North Fond du Lac will be hopping tonight if this score holds.
The lights will be on all night. All right, point after touchdown play. Zach Siegschlag turns around, throws in the end zone, incomplete.
Oh, just missed a wide open
Just missed somebody
receiver.
right at the goal line, and that was Connor Grohl. So we have 1:04 remaining in the 4th quarter, and it's a holding call also on North Fond du Lac, but Ripon will decline it, so the Tigers will get the ball.
Right now, the Ripons, they got to gather themselves. They do have time. I think they're a little shell-shocked right now what happened.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
To see something like that, it almost reminds you of the Michigan game against Michigan State when all of a sudden the ball goes flying in the air. Nobody knew who they had it. But, man, tough break for the Tigers on that. And North Fond du Lac took advantage, and they score a touchdown on it. And again, 1:04 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's now the Orioles 20 and the Tigers 14. North Fond du Lac will be kicking off to Ripon. And, yeah, everyone is very quiet. and just subdued, and it's like they've never seen something like that before, and I'm going to have to say I haven't either.
Yeah, I mean, you see the fumbles, and that's the thing. When you fight for those extra yards, and that's what was going on, and that ball gets extended out.
Yeah,
so
somebody punched it out from behind.
That's certainly the impression I have, too.
And that will happen, but just unfortunate that it happened at that time.
If you're a Ripon fan.
Yeah, if you're a Orioles fan, you're doing cartwheels over there. All right, here comes the kickoff. And it's going to be taken at the 25-yard line. This is Declan Dudzinski. Breaks left. He's at the 35, and down he goes. So the Tigers, 57 seconds. They do have 2 timeouts remaining.
Now, here's the deal. You're going to play loose defensively. They're going to stay back. They're not going to allow themselves to get beat deep with passes. Ripon has to understand that. So go ahead and be satisfied with deep outs, get out of bounds, and run underneath those deep coverages. I would think they would go with 3 deep. And because if you throw deep, you're throwing right into the hands of their coverage.
All right. From the 35.
You got a minute left.
First down and 10. 2 receivers to the left. Back to pass. Webb under pressure, rolling to the right, throws across the middle. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, falls incomplete.
Just as well that wasn't complete. Probably would have been tackled, and the clock keeps ticking.
Well, we have 2 timeouts, the Tigers do.
Yeah, but 3-4 yard gain. So good pressure by the Orioles.
Second down 10 from the 35.
I can't imagine North Fond du Lac fans over there right now.
52-game losing streak on the line.
It's been a half dozen years.
Webb back to pass. Looking. Oh, he got hit from behind.
That's a
fumble on the play. And North Fond du Lac has recovered, I believe.
Yep, they do.
And yes, they have. And this game is going to be over. Quarterback sack and fumble. He got hit from behind Webb, and he had no chance to hang on to the ball.
How exciting for North Fond du Lac.
And it goes down at the 4-yard line, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Orioles.
Take a knee, and
there's 45 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Ripon does have 2 timeouts, but it's really kind of moot at this point.
Oh, yeah. This is where you take a knee, you don't even risk a handoff.
They're still going to go out of the shotgun, though, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess they want it away from the pressure.
There's a knee.
And the guy's a good snapper, by the way. We haven't talked about that guy, but you saw the snap right there.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the hands.
Ripon is going to take one of their timeouts with 36 seconds remaining. Yeah, we want to thank our engineers back on the board tonight. Our longtime friend Jason Mansmith. And he has he's mentoring tonight to what was the name? Aiden. You have it written down, didn't you, Marty?
No, it was on my phone. I gave it to you.
I have it here. Hang on, I think I have it. Nope, I don't have the last name. I thought you had it.
Well.
But Jason, thank you, Jason Mansmith and Aiden, for running the board for us tonight.
Aiden Rudinger.
Aiden Rudinger, that's it. Yep. So we thank them for running the board tonight. We also want to thank all of our sponsors, which we'll run through here when the final score is and the game is over. We will do that.
That'll do it.
Taking a knee is North Fond du Lac again. And
congratulations to the Orioles.
Ripon is not going to call another timeout. Well, they did have one left.
Yeah, there'd be no reason to.
And the clock is going to roll down. North Fond du Lac is going to get a victory after 52 straight losses.
Dating back to August of 2016.
So how about the North Fond du Lac Fighting Orioles tonight? And for the Tigers, very unfortunate. They go to 0-2 in the season. Next week, though, they have to strap them up again. They'll play at Plymouth.
It'll be Tigers at Panthers. Both wear the same colors. And it'll be a tough row to hoe. They're going to need all hands on deck if they're going to compete at that level next week. They start conference play. We'll be down there. We'll be bringing you that game.
We want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight, and they include Ace Hardware, Brewer Heating and Cooling, Diedrich Insurance, Schmidt Lumber, Webster's Marketplace, Walsworth Printing, Modern Overhead Door, Modern Pole Builders, Aromas Restaurant, the Ripon School District, Fusion Heating and Cooling, the Holman Automotive Group, Rural Mutual Insurance, Alliance Laundry Systems, Silver Creek Dentistry, Sensational Smiles Orthodontics, The Wave, AM 1600 and 93.1 FM WRPN, and of course, the Ripon Channel.
Yeah.
Well, our final score, the North Fond du Lac Orioles 20 and the Ripon Tigers 14. We will be greeting you next Friday night in Plymouth, Wisconsin, as the Tigers will be taking on the Panthers. So, we want to thank our crew who have made the broadcast run so smoothly here tonight. We do appreciate their hard work. For Marty Ernser, I'm Lynn Krause. Thank you for not only listening, but also for viewing online. We certainly do appreciate it. Have yourselves a pleasant rest of your Thursday evening and a good weekend. So long, everybody, from Ingalls Field.